stupid. Get to it, let's move it. Gotta put it work, show me how you got.
Good evening, everyone. So tonight we are going to be exploring our first Pinot Noir, and it is by a brand called Meiomi. That's Meiomi. I don't know if you can see it with the lighting, but it's a Pinot Noir, and a Pinot Noir is a light red wine made with red fruits, and I would say it is a red wine that is like one step under a Cabernet. So a Pinot Noir is a light body, medium body red wine, and a Cabernet tends to be more full bodied, and it's made with dark fruits, spices, and peppers. So a Cabernet will be a lot bolder than a Pinot Noir. So the notes on the Meiomi Pinot Noir are tobacco, strawberry, cherry, raspberry, and cedarwood. So the aging process between the two red wines, the Pinot Noir is made by younger grapes that have been aged at with less time, so that's why you get the lighter taste. And a Cabernet can actually be aged for decades, which is why it tends to be more bold. So for those of you that might not think that a Cabernet is too much, is too bold, a Pinot Noir might be a great choice for a red wine. So again, this is Meiomi, a Pinot Noir, and hope you guys enjoy the show.
2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. I could flip a dollar to $1 million. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. 3, 2, 1. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. It's a new day, days been new. Been a decade since I made it out of rent too. We some owners, baby, we don't got no rent due. My trick, but my wife, you like the trick too. Merry Christmas, hey Saint Nick. What we want get, we on wait list. How we got here doesn't make sense. Have patience, that'll make sense. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. I can flip a dollar to $1 million. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. 3, 2, 1. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. Picking up the slack, joining this prime way, I'm getting to the rack. I do what I want, when I want, where I want, no cap. Put in all work, now I'm getting to the back. 25-8, I got money on my mind. Live life great, but I'm always on the grind. Navy blue tank, I don't wear it for the time. Real hustler, baby, throw my rollie in the sky.
Get ready for blast off.
Ball pointing cushy, so you know it's berserk. Trevor on the mix, so you know we gon' work. I might leave in wine, find the beach and go surf. I'ma ride the wave till I'm out of this earth. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. I can flip a dollar to $1 million. I don't like to brag, but I'm really on. 3, 2, 1. Anywhere I'm at, turn the city up. 3, 2, 1. I don't like to brag, but I'm really.
What up? What up? What up? All right, we in the building again tonight. Hey, another episode, guys, of Flipping Tables tonight. Yeah. Before we get started, man, you always know I got to talk to my brother from another mother, the velvet voice of YouTube himself. Lost in Translation is in the damn bill. Lost in Translation, what's going on, my guy?
What's happening, man?
Come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
That's right, man. We on and popping tonight.
Yes, sir. Let's go.
What's happening, man? How you doing, man?
Man, you know, I already know what I always say, man. I'm sunshine, partly cloudy, man, with a chance of thunderstorms. I'm honeymoon happy and peacock proud. To say it loud, man, I'm on here with astute people on the panel tonight that we're going to have a great conversation, man. Who do we have in the chat tonight?
Well,
who's in the sanctuary tonight?
Well, of course, you know, we got Embrace the Grace in the building, of course. You know, we got Boss Man in the building. We got Cattell in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
How you doing, darling? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Who else have we got? Oh, yeah, we have the lovely Melania in the house. Yes, indeed, we do. We also have A-Team in the building. You know what I'm saying? Who else do we have so far? Oh, yes, we have Anissa in the building. Of course you do. You know, she gave us a nice review on a nice medium body wide. You know what I'm saying? We like us a nice medium body. You know what I'm saying?
She pretty, but she just get on my nerves. Damn, she get on my
but that's all right, man. She be bringing it, man. We had to give it to her. We got to give it to her, man. You know what I'm saying? We also got Edward Gilbert in the building. You know what I'm saying? And who else do we have? Let's see. I don't want to make sure I miss anybody, man. Because, you know, folks come in. Hold on. Wait a minute. We got the intellectual soapbox in the building. What's happening, brother? And I think that's it so far, man. That's it so far for right now. But, you know, they're going to trickle on in, man. You know what I'm saying? So y'all do make sure y'all hit the like button. And make sure y'all hit subscribe and share for the new
before we get started tonight, I do want to talk about the sermon tonight in the church tonight. We want to welcome you guys first to the BMU Network Baptist Church, where everybody is somebody, where we will talk about everybody. Listen, we have a few people that came to visit today. But the sermon today is Something Stinks in This Kitchen. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say it again for the people in the back. Something stinks in this kitchen. All right, we're going to get to the sermon in just a second, but we got to bring up some people. We got to bring up some people. Let's get adjusted here. All right, the first person I want to bring up, ladies and gentlemen, my twin. Where have you been? Professor's in the building tonight. What's going on?
Peace and pan fried chicken. Peace and pan fried chicken, my brothers.
So good to see you, my guy. All right, man. Listen.
Always a pleasure.
The next guy that's going to come up, he's just not the man. He's Boss Man. Boss Man is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Listen here, man. I don't care what the case. She'll kiss you in the mouth and sit on your face. Embrace the Grace is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, boys. All right, next up, listen, I can't stand her, but I love her so much. That's my bouquet. All right, let's give it up for Bartholomew's own and Florida's own. The man hiding in the corner, he just ran us on. Let's listen to Anissa in the building tonight.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, man, the next guy I want to bring up, listen. He lit. He talk a lot of shit. He ain't your cousin, but he's your Uncle Rick. Uncle Rick is in the goddamn building tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man, it's good to see y'all, man. It's good to see y'all. I want to check the temperature of the room because you already know we got to check on your mental health. Now, I already talked to Miss Take Heat. She said she's on her way. He had to go. Let me see what she said here. She had to jump from the ceiling fan on her husband. She had to finish up with him and she'll be right in. That's what she said. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Have you ever been swallowed?
Yes. Good job, Take Heat. My God. But I just want to say before we get started, see how everybody's doing tonight. We'll start with the beautiful Anissa down at the bottom. Anissa, how are you tonight, sweetheart?
I'm doing well. I took a few weeks off to do some traveling or whatever, but I'm glad to be back. So, yeah, doing good.
Okay, good to see you. Did some traveling. Did you go and shake some sheets or did you go for business? Come on. Don't do it. Tell us something. We got no
Pleasure.
something.
It was pleasure, of course. It was pleasure, no business.
That's why your shoulders all pulled back. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I see you.
Said, don't be nosy now. You know what I'm saying? She said, don't be nosy now.
Yeah.
Got a little extra giggle in her box tonight. That's all right. You can go on vacation.
Got her some extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
Uncle Rick is in the building tonight, man. Uncle Rick, how you doing tonight, my guy?
I am great. Every day is a good day. How y'all doing?
Your mic low, Rick. You might want to turn it up a little bit so that people in the back can hear you.
Jesus, Lord mercy. Hold on. Don't go past me. You don't go past me.
Okay. Embrace the damn Grace. If she don't embrace you, she'll sit on your face for you. Embrace the Grape. What's going on, girl?
Hi guys, how are you? I am absolutely fabulous, blessed and highly favored. Went to go visit my son at school, do the parent thing, move him in, get some straightening, and I'm good. I'm good. He's good. His girl is good.
All right. Professor is in the building tonight. I put you up beside Embrace because I know that puts a smile on your face. And Professor, how are you tonight, my guy?
Hey, I'm doing well. I'm glad you guys are able to see the smile today because I still got the juices and berries from Embrace in my beard, and that's how I remember her. So I'm doing quite well. I'm glad she got that. I'm glad I was able to give it a little straightening.
My God.
You see, that's how rumors get started.
Yeah, I mean, ain't nothing wrong with sending a little face every now and then. And Nissa did it for a whole weekend. Boss man, how are you tonight?
I'm doing all right, guys. How you doing? Everything's all right over here. Family's well. I've managed to put the little guy down before 9 o'clock. So to me, I'm winning over here. So I'm doing all right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's good to see you, man. I want to say this too. Before we get started, I want to play a video first. All right. And the video I want to play is of the legendary Eddie Griffin. Now, he's got a few jokes in what he's about to say, guys. But let's just see how real he is on what he's saying. Here we go.
You see, China, they build the dopest hotels. They got one that's built 68 stories underground, and they got underground bedrooms, and you see the water and all the shit, underwater restaurants. They doing shit. They build bridges across mountains that everybody in the rest of the world said couldn't be done in 10 years. They did it in 3. So it can be done, but America used to be the can-do country, but now we just can't do shit. We can't even decide if we a man or a woman. We can't decide shit. We can't build a motherfucking thing. I mean, what the fuck? Now you can't go to the beach because we got a fucked up infrastructure. That's what it is. Sewage plants can't handle the shit, so you just gonna dump it in the ocean. That's what the fuck it is. And I'm still trying to figure out why every factory in this goddamn country is next to a river, and so they can conveniently dump the waste into the river that you used to be able to swim in and drink out of. That's how fresh it used to be. But now you gonna kill yourself because they trying to charge us for water, and that's why water's on sale now. Water costs more than gasoline, y'all. It was all a plan. Pollute the motherfucking water, then we gonna charge them for the shit. If they want some clean water, they gotta buy it now. Can't drink it out the faucet at your crib now, can you? It's all a plot. You're gonna be buying air in a minute. Trust me. This is why they put pollutant air, nigga. You're gonna have to get a bottle of fresh air from the Rocky Mountains. And you like just can't handle my air, nigga. This shit's expensive. Be ready for it. We're all being fucked. Reptilicans, Democrats, who gives a fuck? It's heads or tails is still a goddamn quarter. 2 sides to the middle. Should be at least 17 parties. Did anybody know that Cornel West was running for president? No, because your mainstream media ain't telling you that shit.
What y'all think about it?
Well, I'll start it off. All that he was talking about is facts because everything has an agenda. It's a setup. And I didn't think I was going to live through see some of the things that's going on right now. We're living in revelations. So people just be ready. Like I speak to military personnel all the time. You may have your bug out bag ready. Have your passport on standby. Have cash. You just never know. We're living in a world right now where we're unstable and insecure, and you just don't know what's going to happen from day to day. And he was speaking on that. I digress. My mic is muted.
Oh, you muted. Be mute.
Go ahead, boss man.
Oh, I'm going to agree on everything that Ed was saying there. Part of the reason why we can't seem to get crap done, I mean, hell, I live right off 95 right here, and it takes forever just to be able to get anything done. And it's because of one, how our government is structured. Um, I, I often think, it's because we are so divided, and because we have, what I always argue, 51 different damn governments, 52 if you include, other territories or whatever. But we have so many damn different governments, so many damn different regulations. We're not really truly united, so we can't really ever do anything in a united front if we tried. So we can't ever really do anything that is ever actually, I don't know, meaningful. We argue and debate so much to the point where I just read that there was a article in the article in the Constitution. It was an amendment in the Constitution that was done around the Bill of Rights time frame that was never ratified because they can never agree to it. All right, so to that end, we can never get shit done. Therefore, we can never actually, do anything to make things better. And therefore, things are able to dilapidate and continue to get worse. Agreed.
Uncle Rick, thoughts, sir?
When you start looking at this place for what it really is and not what you think it'll be, you'll be all right. This is not a country. Stopped being a country a long time ago. It's business. Handle yours. It's just that simple. Handle yours. Welcome to this is America. The bank of the world, the police of the world. The lab of the world. Believe me, if it can get cheaper in America, America's gonna figure out how to do it, right?
Right.
Right? If it can get cheaper, so the corporations put more money in their pocket, they'll figure out how to do it, but can't figure out how to end unemployment. But can't figure out how to end homelessness. Can't figure out a budget.
Did you hear what I said?
You ungrateful son of a bitches!
It's what it is. Just gotta learn to move. You ain't going nowhere. That's all I got.
Professor, it's on you, brother.
And what Eddie said is correct. But when you look at the Chinese government, they're centralized decision making, so they're not having to go through a bunch of bureaucrats, jump through red tape, filibuster, things of that sort, in regards to how they make decisions. In addition to that, a lot of their companies are state owned, so state owned essential planning. So not only do you have it where it's centralized decision, you have the state owns the construction companies that are going to build whatever they need to build. They have a large labor force, which allows them to pick from whoever they need to. So there's a lot of things that go into how they can build things a lot more quicker and more efficiently than we can. They also have economies of scale, things of that sort. So, I mean, he's right. They are able to build things to be more innovative than we are. And in the United States, we're going to look for things that are the least expensive way to build stuff. And you're going to typically have to do it 5-10 years later. So we have a lot of hoops we got to jump through to, build a mile of road. So China can build a lot more efficiently when everyone's on the same page.
Appreciate it. Anissa, it's on you, darling. Your thoughts?
I actually agree. I agree with what he said. We're often told that America is the great.
What?
I know, right?
Boy, a little sunshine will do you good, won't it?
I'm trying to tell you, you need to take more trips. Clutching my pearls.
What happened on vacation?
Listen.
Who grabbed her shoulders?
Ryan Dick in the beach, and she's just gonna agree with everything. This is ridiculous. Oh my
Hell just froze right the fuck over.
Damn, can y'all give the woman a chance?
Oh, this is all on me. My goodness. But we're often told that America is the greatest country, and we may be that in terms of freedoms. But when you look at these other countries like Dubai and China and Japan, they are light years ahead of us. And with the money that's here and the intellect is here, it's hard to understand why we can't be where they are. But as the other people have pointed out, it's our government, it's the bureaucracy, and all of those things that interfere in that growth. So people that travel the world that have been lots of places, they often tell me like, you think America is, whatever, but when you start traveling and you get out there, it'll blow your mind. So yeah, we got a lot of work to do over here. So, but I agree with the video. So,
Thank you, Anissa. Welcome to the
yeah.
show, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. R. Payne. Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir.
Hello. I saw the video. How's everybody doing?
Doing good. How about yourself, sir?
Is his mic hot or is it just me?
Can you hear me?
What was?
I said
His mic is hot and
right. Is his mic
Yeah,
hot as
yeah,
well?
echo.
It's just me. Yeah, no, it's
Echo.
loud. It's super loud.
Yeah. Is that better?
Everybody mute up.
Yeah. It's down.
All right,
Go ahead.
great.
That's a little better.
Good to see you,
Yeah.
R. Payne.
Yeah, because I don't think that's echo is mine. But anyway, listen. The Democrats and Republican are two sides of the same coin. I mean, I think their goal is to keep us unbalanced so they can get their way. The battle is amongst themselves in terms of whose ideology is going to be perpetuated to the masses. We know what the Democrats stand for, and now that they've been taken over by the far left, it's anything goes, right? Forget about it, cultural. I think feminism, the alphabet mafia, all the things that are demonic, I would say. But on the Republican side is a different kind of demonism that they profess as well. But there's a couple of things that are common between the support of Israel. There's no daylight between the two of them. So there's a few things between the two of them that's on the surface, the corporatocracy, right? For corporations, there's no daylight between the Democrats and the Republicans. So there's really no choices. And the myth of the fact that we can't have a third party is really just a myth that takes the heart away from people from really trying, right? And I think that's a big mistake. So even if you have to miss out on a couple of years of elections, I think we should still try to build a third party, because we're starting to see that if we can get past our racial identity, we can see that there are more Americans who have exactly the same problems as we do in terms of trying to survive in this country as Americans. And we don't capitalize on that because we can't get past the Democrats keep telling us that we're black. And that's all that matters. That's why we're over here professing putting a woman who has brown skin but can't even say the word "I'm black" or the phrase "I'm black" out of her mouth. So I think we got a lot of problems. There's no peace dividend. I've been alive long enough to understand when we did have a peace dividend and our technology advanced, there was a lot of shit. We've been at war constantly because of the military industrial complex. I was a part of that. At first I got in, I'm gonna end it here, because I believed in the Department of Defense when I got in early 84, because I thought if you had a noble country, nobody would give a shit unless you could fight. Nobody gives a shit how noble you are unless you can fight. So I thought as long as we didn't draw first blood, if you fuck with us, we'll kick your ass. And now we're frightened by we're frightened by bullshit. We got enough bombs to destroy the world 1 million times over. And so this whole notion that we got to worry about every little skirmish around the world is just absolute bullshit. It's just absolute bullshit. So anyway, I'll just land it there. So we're in a pickle, and that's where we are. So I don't know how to come out of that.
Appreciate it, R. Payne. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, JT. What's happening, brother?
What's going on, man?
What's going on? JT, you saw the video, man. What are your thoughts?
Shit, I mean, we've been saying this for like 30 years. Everybody used to call, when people talk like that, they used to call us conspiracy theorists. You know what I'm saying? So now it's right in front of our face.
Right.
So you don't have people arguing about these things that's happening no more, because it's happening in real time. So, you know, all of the things that he was talking about, it ain't like you can't really see it. We see everything that they're talking about now. We're living it. You know, so I did a couple of shows, man. Like one of the biggest shows that I did was how stupid Generation Z was, right? And I just, you know, said it so I can get people's attention. When you don't have your average 24-year-old does not know their timetables. They don't know their timetables. I just seen a video where a guy was had his nephew and his son in the damn bathroom putting douche in their eyes and one of the guys' eyes, and he was like, "Y'all don't read shit or nothing. That's for vaginal, and you're just putting shit in your eyes." And they looking at him like he's crazy. This is what we got in front of us. So now that they're getting the people as dumb as they need to get them, I mean, what else can you say right now? If we're in a time right now where you're arguing about calling a man a woman, and they're trying to pass legislation over stuff like this, then you already know what we in. It's no argument anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, everything, and I've listened to a man for years. For years. This ain't something new that he's been talking about. This man been having these doggone what people would think is jokes. It's telling you the truth about it. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, ain't nothing else that you can really say about it other than you better, like my girl said, you better go get your bug out bags and your passport or something and get you a destination. That's it.
Appreciate it, JT. But last but certainly not least, the queen herself. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Abang Angwan. It just means queen, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, take heed to the message. Yes. Good evening, Donald. How are you this evening?
Good evening, everybody. I'm so sorry I'm late. Please
No, you're
forgive
good.
me.
You saw the video, didn't you?
I did not. I was
didn't?
running from the room. I did not. I'm sorry.
That's all right. You running from the rain. Nothing wrong with that.
See, China, they build them the dopest hotels. They got one that's built 68 stories underground, and they got underground bedrooms, and you see the water and all that shit, underwater restaurants. You know, they doing shit. They build bridges across mountains that everybody in the rest of the world said couldn't be done in 10 years. They did it in 3. So it can be done, but America used to be the can-do country, but now we just can't do shit. We can't even decide if we a man or a woman. We can't decide shit. We can't build a motherfucking thing. I mean, what the fuck? Now you can't go to the beach because we got a fucked up infrastructure. That's what it is. Sewage plants can't handle the shit, so you just gonna dump it in the ocean. That's what the fuck it is. And I'm still trying to figure out why every factory in this goddamn country is next to a river, and so they can conveniently dump the waste into the river that you used to be able to swim in and drink out of. That's how fresh it used to be. But now you gonna kill yourself because they trying to charge us for water. And that's why water's on sale now. Water costs more than gasoline, y'all. It was all a plan. Pollute the motherfucking water, then we gonna charge for the shit. If they want some clean water, they gotta buy it now. Can't drink it out the faucet at your crib now, can you? It's all a plot. You're gonna be buying air in a minute, trust me. This is why they put polluting the air, nigga. You're gonna have to get a bottle of fresh air from the Rocky Mountains. And you like just can't handle my air, nigga. This shit's expensive. Be ready for it. We're all being fucked. Reptilicans, democrats, who gives a fuck? It's heads or tails is still a goddamn quarter. 2 sides to the middle. Should be at least 17 parties. Did anybody know that Cornel West was running for president? No, because your mainstream media ain't telling you that shit.
All right.
First of all, who gave Eddie his own show? Because that's
man, they're gonna run him off. I'm telling you right now.
They're gonna drop his channel. That's
absolutely
true.
Absolutely, he be gone in a month.
Yeah, you got to be careful putting out truth to social media.
You see, they got rid of our sister Candace. She gone too.
Oh man, you gotta mix it up. You gotta mix it up. You gotta put bullshit and truth in the same. And that's only how you get to stay in here. What he's saying, he's preaching it. The difference is that all these other nations who have beautiful infrastructure is that they're stealing just like our nation is stealing, but they're giving it back to the masses too. Our nation is stealing and looking at us like, well, we gonna do whatever we could do. Once in a blue, we'll do something. We'll repave the roads and stuff once in a blue. So that's what our nation is doing. Our nation is just straight stealing. Both of them on both sides. One say they want to do something, the other one say they'll do it, and then they both end up not doing it, and then they'll turn around and blame Congress. Even though it is Congress' fault anyway, but still, still they don't do what they're supposed to do. So yes, we are not, when we say we're the greatest country in the world, it's only because we have freedom of speech. Technically a little freedom of speech, because even you have to be careful what you say on social media. But we're the only nation that can say whatever we want to say. Other nations can't. They'll get in trouble. These people will go to their home, pull them out the house, everything like that. All the shit I've been saying about Kamala and Trump, man, they would have been put me somewhere. You know what I'm saying? If our nation was like that. But when we get up here and we just say America is this, America is that, man. The stories my king told me about when he traveled before he met me, man, it's amazing. He paints a beautiful picture. And I'm like, wow, honey, you have been everywhere. He's like, yeah, I travel a lot of the parts of the world. My husband been to France. He's been to Cuba. He's been to it's a lot of places, and I'm like, man, you just enjoyed yourself when you were young. And because of the job my husband had, he worked as a diplomat assistant, so he just enjoyed himself. That's why I always tell y'all, my husband has done nonsense when he was young, and I always tell him, like, I still don't know how you chose me, because the women that you have been with, he's like, baby, I did not see anything in them like I seen in you. I thank God for that. But back to the story at hand. I don't think it's going to change. And I like what Arpane said, that we should have a third party. But the problem is we have other choices. But the Dems and the Republicans shut them down. Like Jill Stein. Jill Stein is a choice as well. You got Cornel West. Cornel West is a choice as well. And they're grassroots. You know what I'm saying? But they shut them down. And Cornel West already said on IG that they told him they would give him some money to come out of the race. And he said, well, what about the stuff I'm asking for my people? And they said, once you come out, we'll talk about it. Now they lying. They lying. But there are other people. But the thing is, I always say this, Republicans and Democrats are the biggest gangsters in this bitch. I'm telling you, people fear them. They're the same people who say they're going to make the 1% pay. Mind you, they had them at the top floor of the DNC and the RNC and suites and shit. These same people, they going to make pay their taxes. That's a damn lie. If they were, they would have been changed the tax laws. They keep it the same. They lie to us and say they're going to make these people pay. You know how they make these people pay? They just ask them to donate to their state. That's all they do. That's why we got over here in Jersey, they got the what they call it, the anchor rebate system right over here. So usually when you get a rebate for your taxes for your house, it's usually like $400 or $500, right? So they add on an extra $1,000. Mind you, our taxes is crazy over here. but they give you an extra $1,000 and tell you get out of here. You know what I'm saying? All because of some of the rich families over here. So listen, no matter what we do, it's gonna always be them. It's gonna always be them. All these conversations we have, and we're gonna have them in the next 4 years. I'm done.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say this real quick. I want to add a little bit something else to of news we've been hearing today. I do see that Diddy got arrested. And I see other people are looking to get some money. I seen one of the girls that he dated, Dawn, who he was banging up for 10 years, says that he groped her. Of course he did. You was having sex with him.
Was she the one from Kennedy came?
Yeah, they were dating for 5 years. I had a solution today. Since we want to, throw R. Kelly in jail, and you want to throw Diddy in jail, all the black women are cheering. Some of them are cheering, throw them niggas away. But nobody's throwing the white men away. They're not going to stop going to Memphis to Elvis's house when he was 27 and his wife was 15. They're not going to go to his house and not stop touring his house. It makes $60 million a fucking year. His family's going to continue to live. They're not going to stop playing Sweet Caroline at the baseball games here in Dallas or anywhere else in the country. When the man specifically said that he wrote the song for a 12-year-old girl, Robert F. Kennedy's 12-year-old daughter, Sweet Caroline. Mm-hmm. Yeah, how he touched her and how it felt good in the summertime to touch her and feel her. But we're not. So good. Yeah. We're not. And he specifically said, go look up the interview. On the interview, he said his words were, "Yeah, I wrote that for his 12-year-old Robert F. Kennedy's 12-year-old daughter." But nobody's talking about that. We're talking about Diddy. But this is what I want Diddy to do first. 2 things, and we'll move on. I want Diddy to release all the tapes. I want him to crush everybody. And then all your favorite people that you like gonna get exposed. Because at them Diddy parties, everybody was there, from Morgan Freeman to fucking the Folgers coffee cameraman. And I hope he release everything he got and crush everybody, kill the entire Hollywood scene. Because Stephen A. Smith did a show today, and Stephen A. Smith says, the quicker y'all let Diddy out of jail, the quicker you're gonna save some careers. He said, I don't think y'all want to piss Diddy off with the information that he has on so many people. So, but also I'm gonna say this and I'm out. We're gonna move on. I think that everything that Diddy touched, since they're monsters. All the people turning on him. Mary J. Blige says I just distanced myself from it. I think everything that Diddy and R. Kelly produced, wrote, put together, songs, whatever, I think they should all be pulled from Spotify and every music streaming service in every store. They shouldn't be played anywhere. Pull them all. Cut off funding to them. I think nobody should get.
That's going too far, nigga. That's going too far.
Oh no!
Going too far, nigga.
I'm trying to figure out how much.
What you talking about? Slow down now.
I'm being sarcastic.
The artist, the art. My God, the art is the art.
How much listen to the man?
I'm being sarcastic here because people want him in jail. People want him thrown away. Then take everything that they did and throw it away. Don't enjoy what they did while you're also chanting that they should be locked up. Because I know one thing for sure and 2 things for certain. I was just at this grown and sexy thing. And they played Step in the Name of Love and all the chairs cleared. Everybody was on the floor turning and spinning.
It's good music. It's good music. It's good music.
Yeah. So, but I know Anissa was going, she said, I'm glad you got his ass. She just be cheering for them niggas being in jail. That's why she like Kamala, because Kamala put a lot of niggas in jail. What are your thoughts on this? I think there's Uncle Rick.
No, it ain't Rick, because it ain't echoing now.
Okay,
Hey, Uncle Rick, unmute your mic real quick.
Hello?
All right, now testing.
Yeah, that's Rick.
Y'all can hear that?
Yep.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
So Anissa, did you want to respond to what I just said?
I'm sorry, you kind of
Did you
echoing
want?
on my
Oh,
end.
I'm sorry. There you go. Did you want to respond to what I just said?
Well, this is how I feel about Diddy. Diddy's been doing what he's been doing for quite a while.
Uh-huh.
And I think what some people may not want to just admit and accept is that unfortunately the stuff that he's done is against the law. The abuse, the drugging people to incapacitate them or take away their ability to consent. Hello, Bill Cosby. Um, things that he's done are against the law. And that's what he has been indicted on, whether we like it or not. Just because you are a man and you have money does not mean you get to do whatever you want to do. It just doesn't mean that. And
Allegedly.
he's done this for years. He's well, I think if the federal government brought these indictments, here's the thing: it's the federal government, and they don't bring indictments unless they have something. They don't have time to play games like your state police. Okay, it's the federal government. If they indict you, they got a fucking case against you because they really have better and bigger things to deal with. So let's be clear about that part. But I think if this is the behavior that he has been involved in, I think that he needs to be accountable. I don't care who he is; he needs to be held accountable. I mean, I think they said 1,000 bottles of lubricant and baby oil and all this kind of stuff. It's like, come on,
But see,
let's hold people accountable for their behavior.
that's fine.
And
Let's hold them.
when you do something wrong, you just
But
hold them
let's
accountable.
let's hold them accountable. But at the same time, though, Anissa, I think that when it comes to black men, we just rush in and punch them in the mouth. What I want to say is that
Rush in. This has been years.
no. What I'm saying is, what's the ex that passed away? What's her name? The one he killed, Kim Porter. So right. So Kim Porter allegedly, right? Kim Porter, best friend is very knowledgeable. She's gonna be dead next. But she said that she sat and watched how Diddy and Cassie humiliated her, and how Cassie would take a pad and rub it in her face and shit, and slap her and shit, and Diddy would just sit back and watch. But we run into Cassie's shit. We saying, oh my God, look what he did to her. I mean, fucking, she deserved it, didn't it? I mean, if that's the case, if she beating up on this man's ex right in front of him, and he enjoying it like it's a fucking movie.
But you know what the difference is, though? All these stories that's coming out, for the most part, once they do get convicted of the shit, basically it's gonna come off with a RICO, right? That's how they know that they got you, because it's gonna all be hunkered down to RICO. So a lot of people think that these folks get arrested for the things that people were saying that they was getting arrested for.
They don't.
When in fact, the ones that people were saying that they're getting arrested for get busted. They're not even, those are not the ones. Once they start talking about embezzlement and RICO, that's when, and then once you find out what they were really arrested about, it ain't nothing that everybody was saying. Same thing that happened with.
They've already said that RICO charges are there.
Yeah, it's a RICO for Diddy. Yeah.
So what R. Kelly in jail for?
I don't know exactly.
Right.
It
ain't what you think it is. It's not
sexual. It ain't nothing sexual.
It's nothing sexual.
Nothing sexual.
So it happened to the mayor of Detroit, right?
Same thing.
The same thing happened to him. They trumped up all these charges, and everybody thought that this man, like right now, it still has he still has the stigma of stealing money from the city of Detroit, when that is nowhere near true. But this is where you have people thinking that that's what he did. Same thing happened with Bill Cosby. If you look at these guys and what they were convicted of, it's not what everybody thinks it is. Not what they initially thought it was going to be.
You talking about Patrick?
Yes.
Yeah. Trump let him out. He good.
Come on, take
it. But it's still a stigma that he had.
He still got the stigma. You're right.
Yeah.
Take heat. Go ahead.
I'm gonna share something with y'all. The thing about this whole nonsense with Diddy, I was watching a content creator read off the charges this morning, and some of the charges sound stupid. I'm sorry. Some of the charges sound stupid. It's not what we think it is. So even the content creator was like, this is stupid. This not gonna stick. A lot of the stuff. The thing is that you got to remember, a lot of those people who were around Diddy, they had the mindset that they could do anything to get a deal, a record deal. A lot of them was around him because he had something that they needed. So they all knew he had these freak me parties. They all knew that. And so when Diddy invited you, and all through the grapevine, they knew that these parties go left. So if somebody invites you to some nonsense and you know and heard that these parties go left, why are you going? Something that Denzel Washington said. He said, when the devil comes, right? I leave before the devil comes. I hope I said that right. He said, I leave before the devil comes. And a lot of them are devils in Hollywood. A lot of them are. And that's why he said, you got to leave these parties before the devil comes. And he's one of them. He's one of them. Because, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, this is the funniest thing. You ever notice that everybody has been to a Diddy party, but nobody stayed all the way to the end? Everybody done left early. Everybody?
That's what I'm saying. Something is wrong because they all was trying to get something from this man. And this man had the mindset that, listen, you can get what you want to get from me, but you got to come in here and fuck about 10 of us. You know what I'm saying? Or you gotta bend to your toes for a man. So it is what it is. And these people knew they were grown. They knew what they were getting into. Regardless of the fact that they felt like he threatened them, don't go to the party. That's the thing. Don't go to the party. All these people that told you came back said, man, Diddy parties be fucking crazy. When you hear that and they start telling you what's going on in that party, I'll be damned. I'll be damned. I don't care what kind of record deal I want. I'll be damned. I'm not going. I will be damned. That does not make sense. And so when we get up here and we want to say all these evil things about this man, these people signed up for it. I don't care how we try to spin it. He was wrong for the things he has done, but I don't care how we try to spin it. These people signed up for this shit. Even our most famous R&B singers that we love so much back in the day, okay, sucked this man dick, okay, bent to the toes and took it up the ass.
Except for Christopher Williams.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to
He was the first one.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, and the same way that Diddy bent men over, allegedly, I should have said that first. The same way he bent men over, okay, he got bent over.
Clive Davis.
Same thing. And y'all know the music industry is wild. A lot of these young women don't get into music because they sound good. Mary J. Blige, you take all the background music away and let her sing a cappella. She sound horrible. You take Rihanna, all the music in the background and let her sing. She sounds horrible. None of the women now that are singing sound good at all. None of them. Only women that you can rely on that can still sing is the divas from back in the day. That's it. These newcomers right now, okay, none of them can sing. None of them. Take even everybody who love Cardi B. Drop the audio, drop everything. The child sound horrible. It's sad. Even these rappers, same thing. All these male rappers, none of them ain't got no flow at all. They shook a little something and dropped that soap. Okay? And that's what it is. And we have to tell the truth. A lot of these artists are famous because they shook something and dropped that soap. And I'm done. I'm finished.
And what's crazy? How's my mic? My mic okay?
It's low, right?
Bring it up a
It's
little
extremely
low.
low.
Jesus Christ. How about there?
Still low, bro.
Right there?
We can hear you. Everybody just got to shut up.
How
No,
about there?
you should be good.
There?
Yeah, you good.
Okay. So we could talk about Diddy parties and how all the entertainers went to him, right? Because I mean, what other circle you in, right? You making $1 million deals, $1 million movies. Ain't these the same people who try to influence you who to vote for?
Rock the vote.
Like we can understand, right? We can understand, right? For people to make it big, it's some weird stuff that gotta go on in most cases, right? Is that a fair assessment, or are we just pulling that out?
That's fair.
Right? So much so, right, that our society now is built so much on focusing on these people's lives. The people who do crazy, something strange for a little piece of change every time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? But then we wonder, right, when you look at it, yeah, I understand the game, right? Like I said, to me, what this is all is, it's like you eating in my house. I got 2 boxes of cereal. I got Cheerios or Frosted Flakes. Which one you want? Right? I'm still controlling your choices. Right? But then when you look at it and you actually pay attention to which messages and influence is being directed from who.
Mm.
Right? We know it's 2 wings on the same bird, facts?
Facts.
But it's totally different messaging. Now we know when we get past the messages, right? We understand what it is. It's about this. It ain't about nothing else, right? But even though we only have 2 choices, we only got 2 sides of the same pancake, right? You can actually tell whose policies do what the influence comes from for those policies. You know what? I want to keep more money in my pocket and keep the government out my business if I can.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Everybody who understands business knows the role of a corporation is to simply make as much money as it can. Sometimes businesses take nasty measures. Right? You could have been there for 15 years, never missed a day, and get laid off, right? Part of the game. But then we got messaging from the other side saying, I ain't gonna say it because I might say it wrong. Y'all know what it is. That's hanging out with Diddy, who, again, I told y'all about this, if he did it, fuck him. It ain't his next girlfriend that gonna end up missing. It's gonna be Diddy that end up missing.
Word.
Right? Now, JT, when we was talking about this, when the Epstein latest came out, right, we was conspiracy theorists.
Right.
Yeah. It's all who you believe. That's what America's about. It ain't the land of the freehold. It's about what you believe. Whatever you believe you can have, even if it's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let go of the mic.
Black man, before we move on, I want to bring something to everybody's attention, man.
Go ahead.
I wish they had a setting on Google where it'll let you go back in time and see exactly what was going on at a specific point in time. And the reason why I say that is because we just had a situation where a person running for president was attempted to be assassinated twice. And then the very next 24 hours, we were distracted with some damn Diddy foolishness. Y'all need to pay attention. It always seems like every time they need to pull out a distraction, they always pull a brother out for your entertainment. Every single time. I wonder what was going on when Bill Cosby went to jail. I wonder what was going on when R. Kelly went to jail. But I'm putting y'all on notice. Get out your piece of paper because the internet can be changed. Write down what was going on when Diddy got brought in. It wasn't even 24 hours. And that's all it takes sometimes to flush the news cycle. You know how I know? Because when it came out, I hit Black Man up. I said, hey, man, you ain't going to believe this. Before anybody told him, I said, man, they attempted to get him again. He was like, what? And I looked around, and it was only maybe about 2 or 3 news sources, only one mainstream news source, and every last other news source was independent. Those are the only ones that covered it. And then the day after, that's when, the mainstream media picked it up because it was news. And then here we are, 24 hours later, we should be talking about democracy on its heels. You know what I'm saying? A threat to democracy on its heels with the assassination, you know what I'm saying, of a political figure. But all we can muster up is what's going on with Diddy. Something's afoot, y'all.
Did you hear what I said?
I want y'all to start paying attention when they start pulling the brothers out, because that is your distraction, because that is what you can relate to, because that's what they've been feeding you the whole time. So whenever they need a distraction, they'll pull out the brother. Look how fast they made that Epstein stuff go away. It's still ongoing. Ain't nothing happened with that. But Diddy turns himself in on a Tuesday. Oh, yeah. It's covered by everybody.
Put that nigga on
He's
the screen.
already in front of the judge and everything,
Put that nigga on the screen.
But we can't see what's on that list. They swept that in. That done left the news cycle a long time ago.
I bet you one thing, if Diddy has some information on Epstein,
just keep waiting. Keep waiting. All that stuff tied together. You got some of them people that go to Diddy party and some people go to Epstein Island.
But nobody stays to the end. Nobody.
Hey, some people travel in the same circles, man. But my thing is, I want y'all to start paying attention.
Somebody was there.
Right. Because
didn't I see you at the last one?
Because even the game, the rapper The Game, they said that The Game was in the pool cuddled up with Diddy.
This is the price they pay.
He had a change of heart, huh? He had a change of heart.
I'm telling y'all.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Lord.
Hated to love it, the underdogs on top. That's what he said. Hated to love it, the underdogs on
It's
top.
the price of fame, baby.
Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. Don't let these people distract you. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it, man. They want you to be distracted. They pit folks against each other. Everybody wants a winner, and everybody wants their champion to win. But at the end of the day, are you really winning? You should be married, together, one household, building all type of generational wealth. All of that stuff should be happening. But no. We separated. We divided by color, by race, by everything, man. Ideology. America used to be a place where no matter what your religion was, when y'all went to work, we all pulled together.
Sure.
But now, I don't know what this place is anymore. I don't recognize America anymore. This is not what I saw when I was coming up. But I will tell you this: the agenda has always been in place. I can tell y'all this: when I was 7 years old, I remember watching the TV. I've always been a student. I remember when Jimmy Carter got up on TV, and this is before they had cable, and he started talking about Global 2000. Y'all look that up on your own time. I ain't finna go into it tonight. But y'all worrying about Project 2025. Go look up Global 2000 and then go back and see what's going on today and see if it don't match up.
Yeah, that's why they
there's always a plan.
It's second term wasn't going to happen.
Listen, there's always the plan. And the reason why I pulled that out is because you cannot hide what's in that documentation from 1980, 1979. Because here's the thing, it's hard being a futuristic person trying to teach people with no vision how to see.
My God.
The reason why I'm telling you that is because I've been watching this whole thing play out my entire life. It is hard trying to get people to see what's coming when they don't want to see. That's the reason why I'm telling you to go back and look at that. If a 7-year-old black boy from the South ain't even in kindergarten good yet, can see that coming, I'm trying to figure out why grown people can't figure that out. Go back and read that, and you tell me if that's not what's going on today.
Right.
Go ahead.
And while we still in this segment, and while we still
did you also see? Did you also see what Jimmy Carter said? Did you see what Jimmy Carter said about a woman president?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's been on point for a while.
Yeah.
So
and
that's
while
why
we're still on the subject of the whole Diddy thing and what happened and everything, Damon Wayans, one from the legendary Wayans family, did an interview and they asked him what advice would he give Bill Cosby, because I know Anissa brought up Bill, and this is what he had to say about Bill. And y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Then we're gonna move on to the show for tonight, because we got some stuff we need to cover with that. But here we go.
Some of bitches.
Hold on.
What the hell?
That wasn't the one. Wait a minute.
Wayne, so-
I pulled the wrong one up. Hold on. Oh shit. Hold on.
That don't look like him.
No, that ain't him. Hold on.
Come on, black man. You got to spit start that thing, man.
Whoa. Oh.
Spit on that thing.
You got to lube it up, man. Come on, man.
Oh.
Get some baby oil on that bitch.
Come on, man. Lube it up, black man. Get it ready.
Oh my God. Hold on a minute. Let's see. Hold on.
The devil has been destroyed.
Fuck the trail shit.
That's so goddamn dope. Shit is dope as hell.
Oh shit. Hold on, y'all. I think I got it right here. Give me just a second. But while I'm waiting on this right here, because I think I don't know why I downloaded it wrong or whatever. Shit. I downloaded the wrong video. But anyway, while we're waiting, I
wanted to say something real quick. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead, baby. Go ahead.
So I have put on my post on my IG, and I was saying that I'm so happy that that Donald didn't get deleted. I'm gonna share with you why I say I'm happy he didn't get deleted. In the United States of America, it's only 41 million Black people here. Okay. And Caucasians outbeat us by a lot. But Black people don't think that. Even Hispanics outbeat us as well. We third in this bitch, okay? And so if this man dies, right, this will cause a civil war. People think it won't. The way these people love this man, it's going to be a problem. A lot of people say, oh, take heed, you scared. A lot of Black people was writing in the comment section, you scared. And I'm going to share something with you. I told them I am scared. But I'm scared for my brothers and sisters. I'm scared for y'all who live in gated communities that are Black. I'm scared for y'all. Because they're going to round everybody up because of this man's death. I'm telling you right now. So them trying to, and I believe this, because them trying to assassinate this man, Lord knows who is doing it. We know who's doing it, but you can't say it on social media. But the thing is that if this man goes to glory, there will be war in this bitch.
But
and a lot of
people, before we get into that, because that's where we're going next. I want to finish. Okay. Yeah, we're going there next. I want to let me get this video off real quick, and then we're gonna go right into that, because when we start that, we're just gonna keep it going. Here's the video right here that when they asked Damon. Here we go. I got it.
Yeah. Now, what advice would you give Bill Cosby now if you could tell him this is what you need to do?
No, no, tell the truth. If I was him, I would divorce my wife, wink, wink, give her all my money, and then I would go do a deposition. I'd light one of them 3-hour cigars. I'd have me some wine and maybe a Quaalude, and I would just go off, because I don't believe that he was raping. I think he was in relationships with all of them. And then he's like, you know what? It's 78. It don't work no more. I can't get it up for any of y'all. Bye, bitches. And now they're like, oh, really? Rape. Because, I mean,
so you think he had
40
year relationships?
40 years. You listen, how big is his penis that it give you amnesia for 40 years.
Well, no, in all fairness, some women did come out previously. Some women did go ahead previously and come out and give their stories, and we didn't hear. There's a couple of them that did, a couple of decades ago. So
yeah, but
he never was charged with anything.
Right, but if you listen to them talk, they go, well, the first time, bitch, how many times did it happen? Yeah. Just listen to what they're saying. And some of them really is unrapeable. When you look, I look at them and go, no, you don't want that. Get out of here.
But I
go on, get up, get out of here.
No, but I understand the dynamics of
people. They might have been hot in their younger days.
No, you can tell, dude.
Some of them were models and actresses, but I understand the dynamic of people saying, well, why were you alone with him? Or why were you in that room? Or why did you go upstairs with him? And then people look at you in a certain way, and you're like, man, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe that's my fault.
Look, I understand fame. I've lived it. Women will throw themselves at you. They want, they just want to be in your presence. There's some that innocently will come up there, but not 40-something women. They're not that naive. He talking about in 1965, he just walked in someone's dressing room and put his penis in their mouth.
But then people are also looking at Bill Cosby and the persona that he has of like a mentor. Oh, I'm going to help you with your career. Some of them were on the Cosby Show and would come into his dressing room.
You know what Bill Cosby did wrong? He started criticizing young black men.
Yep.
And then he lost us.
Yep.
And so we're not supporting him. And they see that opening. And so now, you know what? Attack him, kill him. But the dude from Seventh Heaven, his show's still on TV.
Yep. That's very true what you said, because
Woody Allen making shows and movies for ain't nobody. Hey, if it was my daughter, then I would have killed Bill Cosby. But being just sitting back looking at it, I just go, I just don't believe this. I think it's a money hustle.
I agree.
Some of them.
I agree.
What you doing?
It's the cost of fame, bro.
Right.
I don't get. And they go. And you think that just goes for Bill? That goes for R. Kelly. That goes for Diddy. That goes, man.
This is why I don't feel sorry for them. Everybody knows.
Yep.
I don't feel no Bill Cosby. You giving Quaaludes? Yeah, this is the game.
Hey Rick, this the craziest part, because we've been saying this for a very long time. The Seventh Heaven dude moved his shit is still syndicated, bro. Now this is the craziest part. He admitted to doing it.
Yeah.
To young kids, and guess who he admitted it to? His wife. His wife. Recorded in everything.
This is how it's supposed to go. Don't. That's what I don't get.
Woody Allen.
This is how it's supposed to go,
bro. I just saw an interview of a lady talking about Mike Tyson. She said Mike Tyson hired me for a job. My job, I think I sent it to you. Take heat. My job was to sit and watch Mike Tyson fuck. And she asked Tasha K, say, wait a minute, what happened? She said, I sit and watch Mike Tyson fuck. That was my job. He paid me.
I don't blame him. I was sitting and watching.
She said because he didn't want women to say that he got great. She said the night that Robin went up to that room, Mike called her and said, hey, you need to get here because she finna come. I need you to be in the closet watching again. So sometimes she hide in the closet and watch him fuck so she could be a witness. If any women lie. And she said Mike had, and then I'm gonna say the pause before I even said it. She said Mike had the biggest penis she ever seen in her life. She said Mike used to murder bitches. I mean, she said he used to fuck them like animals, like just killing them. And she said she used to watch. She said she used to watch through the door, and when they leave, Mike said, "Did you see it?" She said, "Yep." So the day Robin came, she said she didn't get there on time. Said by the time she got there, Robin was already gone, and a week later, she had filed charges saying he had raped her.
Oh, damn.
She said that's the only one she missed that didn't sit in on. That's crazy. That's crazy. Because even Donald Trump said it back in the 90s. What did he say? I don't understand how a woman can go to a room at 3 o'clock in the morning and play Scrabble. What were they doing? Why was she there? It's not great. She wanted it.
I said the same thing when that woman was in his room around 3 in the morning too.
That's the Ray.
Man. ever, this is the thing, and I've been around motherfuckers that, celebrities or whatever, right? It's weird in a room. It's like, Chris, that's why I don't like when, Christmas started to come around and Thanksgiving, because people start acting weird as shit, right? Everybody just start acting fucking weird. When you got celebrities, rappers, basketball players, whatever it is, right? When people recognize that they're there and you're in the room with them, dog, that room is so fucking weird. People would start being as weird as possible. If you've ever been at a strip club, I don't know how many of you ladies have been in a strip club. Women would do some of the most nastiest shit.
Shit, you better talk.
But niggas that ain't got half the money that these celebrities got.
Yeah, right.
They would do some of the net. Now imagine you got a celebrity. Now go, where was it in Florida? The King of Diamonds. Then in Atlanta, you had that other one that everybody
Magic City.
Magic City, brother.
City, all these different ones. No, it's so weird. It's just they would do some of the most disgusting shit and for just some goddamn a couple of $1,000. Now imagine.
You got $1 million.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you got Chris Brown with Diddy. Then you got a Usher, and you got all it, and you start steady, just a bunch of you in a party with a bunch of just so-called stars. That party about to be crazy. Diddy parties one of the most freakiest parties. Ain't nobody talking about Jamie Foxx.
That's true.
Jamie Foxx did it way before Diddy was doing it. Jamie Foxx was doing these parties before he was even a fucking star.
Uncle Luke.
And Magic Johnson before that.
Oh my God.
So
move some parties. Move some parties. The most
Two-day party
disgusting shit in the world.
But you know what, JT?
That was what Luke did though. What you was just saying about with what's his name with and he probably got it from Luke. Luke used to have motherfuckers looking. He had cameras everywhere. That's why you never had him up on any type of sexual scandals, because he made sure that everybody seen everything.
You know what, Cameron, the rapper, right? Cameron said he had sex with a chick. He said he pulled a condom off. He said he pulled a condom off through it. He always put it on the, just throw it behind him on the dress or whatever. He said he looked up. He said the girl had the condom doing this.
Yeah.
Trying to turn it up in her mouth. He said he slapped the piss out of him.
Disgusting.
Yeah. And do that for just a couple of $1,000.
So that's why you would have guys like myself, Uncle Rick, you would say, shit, bitches out here trying to get these motherfuckers. Just like what Damon just said. Oh, now you want to break up with me? Right?
But so Pete, right? So is it that on both listen on both sides, right? On both sides of it, right? So is it that they have a proclivity, an existing proclivity, right? Or is it just the money?
Ooh. I think it's more of the clout, just being in the space with them. I don't think it's just the money.
I think it's the money.
I think someone would say I had sex with this celebrity.
Yeah.
It's a lot of women that'll say, if you don't get your nasty ass away from me, and you be like, but baby, I got 500,000 on here. If you don't get your sex ass in this car with me, it changes things.
No. What I'm saying is this, right? So if we all understand, right, for the elites, right, the elites of us that they call us, right, because the celebrities are the elites of us, supposedly, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got to understanding that these type of interactions happen, right? For you to get to this certain level, you're gonna hit this ceiling, right, and you move up to a certain level, right? In the entertainment biz, at least, right? Well, I think that's pretty much a given from now on. It's all the same, but that's just me, right? I got to be fair, right? So everybody grew up, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Michael Jackson was the thing, right? He was the man, right? You knew he was a celebrity. You didn't understand he had money till you got older, but you knew who Michael Jackson was, right? So everybody, whether it was unfounded or not, knew Michael was weird, right? So, like I said, in these transactions, right, the Bill Cosby part, right? the Bill Cosby types, the Diddy types, right? If he just knocking them down at that, hey, you understand what I'm saying?
Right, right.
No harm, no foul. Because we don't hear about them, right?
Right.
Being fair, right? So again, these people being able to analyze and know that this person will fit here, this person can go here, right? You would be a great this. Is it that these people that vet at the bottom have the ability to see a proclivity in them? Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? I like thick girls with fat ass. That's you know what I'm saying? That's something that I have, right?
Right, right.
Right? Because it's not on you, it's in you. Right. So is it something that they can spot, that they can scout, or is it just money?
Money.
Right, because if it's the latter, I mean, I wouldn't want that person around my child, my wife, you see what I'm saying?
I get exactly what you're saying.
Right, and if it's all for the money, then hey,
I'm trying to think that through because it's shit.
I'd imagine that it's
Go
a
ahead.
mixture. I think it's a mixture of both, because if you're presented with the money, if you didn't have the proclivity, the money wouldn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So to me, so walk it back. If you're there in that atmosphere, you obviously have the proclivity. Now, if the right amount of money warrants or brings forth the right amount of action, now someone solicits the proclivity based on the right amount of money. But if a man of that caliber wants to solicit a certain action, is looking for someone, he doesn't have to look far, because everyone in that room is already assumed to have that certain level of proclivity, because you are there past a certain time, because I'm the devil that showed up. And you're here past this for a certain point of time. Now, say that you're here past a certain time and you miss the deadline of leaving. Okay. Now it's a situation of tempting someone to pass a certain level of proclivity or a proclivitous nature that you normally don't necessarily involve yourself in. Now it's a situation of being tempted, and then if you do not necessarily engage in that proclivitous action, now it's a situation of either forcing you or convincing you to do so, if that makes any sense. So back to my original statement, if the proclivitous nature is not there, then the money wouldn't matter.
Come on, take heed. I see your gears turning.
Come on, take heed.
No. I love what Boss Man said, and I love what Ricky said too. But the truth is that a woman will fuck you if you have the right amount of money. You don't even have to look good. Shabba Ranks is one of those men that don't look good.
Not according to the people of Jamaica.
No. Also, listen. Also, if you look at Tupac Shakur, you took off all his clothing that he wore. Tupac wasn't too handsome. Also, if you look at Biggie was not handsome either. That money, Biggie was a dope boy. He was a dope boy. And the thing is that girls knew back in the day dope boys had money. So they will fuck dope boys. Long as you have money, they gonna fuck you. Women gonna fuck you if you have money. They gonna do it. That is the oldest profession in the world, and it still rings true today. If a man come up and be like, "I give you $1,000 right now to give me that ass," but she in trouble and she going through some shit, and she not living well or none of that stuff, or she living with somebody, or she just struggling, she's going to fuck this man and not know him from Adam.
But what if it was a Tupac and he ain't offering her no money?
She got the clout. She got the clout because she's not gonna fuck Tupac.
I'm about to say, so take heed. Women in general, women in general look at men on a spectrum for the most part. Women aren't just only looking at men hypergamously just on fiscal means. Women will look at men and take the brokest. I mean, if I just let statistics show, they will take the brokest, non-productive, non-intelligent, unacademically sound individual just because he carries himself like someone who is of whatever caliber they're looking for that moment. Okay, so it doesn't have to be about the money. All right, because I've always had a decent amount of money. Okay, and I promise you, I wasn't always picked. Okay, so essentially speaking, is that it doesn't always have to be about the money.
I think
it can be.
I think you lying because I'm gonna share with you.
I don't know. He light skinned. I don't know.
No,
they had
he
the
light
areas out.
and let me share something with you, boss man. And I'm not being
I
disrespectful.
knew that was coming in.
I'm not being disrespectful
Here we
because
go.
you're a man. I'm not being disrespectful, but you a pretty boy. You a pretty boy. Women, you didn't even have to. You didn't even. And I'm not trying to call you a boy because you're a man.
I understand. I understand.
The thing is that you the type of man that because you're handsome, women gonna shake it just for that. They're gonna shake it for that. But I'm saying in general, women will come to men on account of money. Like, look at our pain right now. Look at our pain. If our pain was not married, but the money that our pain got, okay, the money that our pain got, okay. I ain't trying to be funny. The money our pain got, a young woman, if he said, "Listen, baby, come to my house and shake it for a little change for daddy. Come shake it for a little change for daddy." She gonna come. She's going to come. Women do shit for money.
Take off the glasses.
I'm telling
Filthy
you.
motherfucker.
She gonna come in more ways than one.
I just want to put that out there. I understand what we're trying to say, but women, if she doesn't see the man with, I just want to put this out here real quick. If she doesn't see the man that she's with, right? I'm just saying. If she don't see,
let it play, Dickie.
I know. You know what? Let me cut it off.
Hey, well, listen, I forgive you for saying even Shrek could get some ass if he has a lot of money. So
One of the toughest things any man has ever done is turn down a nice piece of willing, steaming ass piece of pussy.
Oh Lord! Hey, it's what I want to say to you. You said one thing about the woman going for the money. You said one thing about the woman. You said a woman in dire straits will take the money, right? So we got to move the dire straits out of there. The average woman who's not in any trouble, is she going to take that $1,000? That's what we need to talk about. Not whether she's in dire straits. Is the average woman, if nobody knows about it, and somebody comes up to the average woman whose life is pretty good, say, I got a bean if you give me some ass. That's what we need to know. Either you have the proclivity to do it, or it's just the money. That's the thing.
Marsha Ambrose did an interview.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody's seen it. If you hadn't, go Google it. Marsha Ambrose did an interview. You know she's a millionaire. She said after her show, there was a very nice couple that was standing in line with the rest of the fans to get an autograph, hug, take a picture. She said she kept seeing the couple step back and let other people in front of them. She said, "Oh, that's so sweet. They're so nice. They must have time." She said when they got to her, they were the last two people. They walked up to her. The guy had a big ass fucking suitcase. He said, "I went out and got this." He said, "My wife and I want to fuck you tonight. There's $250,000 in this suitcase." She said, "Go watch the interview." She said, "I took it and I let both of them fuck me."
In other words, 20 in the front
She
and
said,
40 in the back.
She said when she let them do it, she said they ran her so hard she would never do a threesome again. She said they did her in.
But BMU, that goes back to my point. It goes back to a proclivitous nature. The money didn't matter because she already had the money. She didn't need a $250,000.
Exactly,
It goes
bro.
back to the proclivitous nature.
Right.
If you have the proclivitous nature, the money does not matter. If the opportunity presents itself and it's an opportunistic moment and it's an auspicious moment, okay, money be damned.
But
if it's already there.
250.
Okay,
You'll take the 250.
She was gonna make that tomorrow off of her royalties.
If they said 2,500, they would have said no.
I got a question, Anissa. All right, you go to Frankie. Too early. I'm sorry, Frankie. Rest in peace.
Too soon.
If you go to an Earth, Wind, and Fire concert, and the lead after it's over, he said, "Oh, hey, beautiful, come here, sunshine. Come take a picture with me." He whispered in your ear. Anissa, you gonna take the 250 and give him some of that pussy?
I don't, as boss man would say, I don't have the proclivity for that type of behavior. So the answer is no.
You gotta be Charlie Wilson. You gotta be Charlie Wilson.
No. Let's walk this down now.
Come on, Rick.
Let's walk this down.
See, you would have to dangle something. See, Earth, Wind, and Fire just wouldn't do it.
You already told your lie. It's okay. You done already told your lie. Right.
If they took you on a trip.
So let's walk this
Turn
down.
that down easy.
Let's walk this down, right? So, is it fair, panel, to say that the average person, that's what Arpain said, right? The average person has these proclivities. Is it fair to say?
Yeah, I think yes. I think the average person does have these proclivities.
So what is it, right? That you just didn't have an opportunity?
Inauspicious moments, yes.
She over there calculating, man. What can I buy with this money?
I'm asking a question.
I'm sorry. Were you talking to me? I missed it.
Yeah,
talk to the panel.
I'm asking a question. No, this for everybody. This
Uncle Rick,
for everybody.
Uncle Rick, I'm gonna say, because back to Take Heed's point when she was saying about she said that I was not being truthful in my experiences. I'm just gonna say no. I'm actually telling the truth. Like I would listen. Okay, as a young male in my early 20s, I would listen and hear the stories that men my age would say, their experiences about women. And she's relatively right in that women would just walk up to these guys and the stories they would say is like women walk up to him and say, "I want to fuck." And I'm like, what? this shit actually happens.
Shit, yeah.
Right? And I'm constantly hearing cycles of this, and I'm like, where is this shit happening at? Because this is not happening to me, and I'm in my 18, 19, 20. This is not happening to me. Okay,
You hadn't just got off the curb yet, man.
You had to get a 40-year-old woman. You got 40-year-old. You've been good.
This shit is not happening in real life. This can't be. Okay, this is fucking simulation. All right, but so with that in mind, from my experience, I've never experienced this, and so I would have to think back and say, okay, but if things were more opportunistic, if things were if opportunities were more auspicious, what would I do in that moment? Is it because I was a goody two shoes and I just wouldn't have taken the opportunity? Or was I just never given the opportunity? Because I have to think that those men were the way they were because they had the opportunity, because they didn't walk this. Listen to the story. They didn't walk up to the women walked up to them if the stories was true. So back to your point, Uncle Rick, bringing it back, tying it back, is that there was an auspicious moment for the proclivities to actually take place. Now, I also have to believe that that proclivities also have to take time to build also. Okay, so yeah, I have to agree that they just never had the opportunity. And sometimes some people don't develop proclivities until that auspicious moment takes a seat and takes root to actually build. Go ahead, Uncle Rick.
So, let me just say this. Somebody's going to say something, but real quick.
I was going to say we're playing a drinking game. So every time I say proclivities, you got to take a drink.
Yeah, okay. But the point is, all those people at the Diddy party was way past. They were already on the other side. They were already on the other side. If we bring it back to that, like with this indictment, they have these so-called lady number one, lady number two. You know, listen, a lot of those folks there that are coming out now, they were just willing participants, I believe. And, you know, so they found this is their way out. And if this RICO charge that he's under, of course, is something that was for real criminals. He might be a criminal, but now they're just saying because he had a business, they can get a lot of people in a circle and call it a RICO because you could drive a truck through that goddamn law, you know? And so that's the easiest thing to bring up a whole bunch of shit. So some of it could be true. I think he's a dirty dude, but I'm not. It's hard for me to think that all those women were there are more innocent than the men that were there, right? Yep. So here's another modern kind of thing that women have no agency over their pussies. It's just men taking it from them. They're these like innocent little doves and shit, just being taken advantage of. Now, if there was kids involved, then he's gone. But I mean, these grown women know exactly what they're doing. Exactly what they're doing. Now, there's some that maybe if there's one or two in there that will coerce, maybe. But you know, so I'll leave it at that. So I mean,
but Payne, I don't think all of those folks was over on the other side already. I think that when you get an opportunity, I think it is the proclivity, the natural proclivity of a lot of these women and shit, probably goddamn men too.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course.
So a lot of these folks that be hanging with these stars and shit like that, you would be amazed at what their life is. They homeless, they living with other people out here trying to make it. They ain't got no goddamn money, ain't got no money saved up or none of that shit. So that lifestyle that they get, that they're in there, is natural for them once you enter somebody that actually is what they consider the plug or the person that got the money or the clout or whatever it is. It's like, I'm telling you, it's like Chris. Y'all know how it get during Christmas time, how everybody start having this little gleam in their fucking eye. It gets weird. Motherfuckers start saying and doing weird ass fucking shit during this time. That's how it is when you get around these goddamn people. I'm telling you. And when you go to something like a Diddy party, now imagine Diddy probably is like his parties are probably the creme de la creme of parties.
Right.
Just understand why all of these people keep saying they wasn't there all the way to the end. I have not yet, other than the people that's the two people that were saying that they were at the end. Everybody else say, yeah, I've been to a Diddy party, but I left early.
Okay, leave that part out. Let's go.
Nobody, listen, when you start dealing with these type of celebrities, he's an A-lister celebrity.
Okay.
But honey, they there. We in. And they gonna do some weird ass shit with all that damn how much
so we're in agreement. They were willing participants.
But is it the proclivity or is it the money?
Yeah, they were willing participants. Listen, it's both. They're willing. These people are looking for something, man. A lot of these people are looking for. That's why they're there. I mean, so we're trying to say, they stumbled upon a Diddy party, and then all of a sudden they saw the lights and lights things. Shit, man, I'm here, so and I can't feed myself. We keep adding that part to it. We don't know whether they were that destitute. They were at the party to have some fun, and they got it.
I was just saying to your spot when you said they was on the other side. I don't think.
I think they were on the other side already. They were down for what was going on.
Yeah, but if you get an opportunity, guys, go to because I want us to move to the because I missed a hot.
I'm not hear what you're saying, JG, but go ahead. Say what you're saying, BMU.
I want you guys to go look at something on Netflix. I think it's a docuseries, maybe. Shit, I'm not. It's been a long time since I've seen it. It's called Sex Life.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
And if you go on Sex Life, this woman and her husband, they tried to spice their marriage up to go to a sex party, and they wanted to have sex in front of everybody. It was just like a Diddy party. They got it. I mean, it was. And so they went to go have sex in front of everybody. He started kissing on her. She said, "Oh," then she said, "I can't do it. No, I don't want to do it in front of people." Well, their neighbors invited them. So the neighbor's wife came in and said, "Oh, just relax. I'll help you." The neighbor's wife, her husband was on the other side of the house. She got on her knees in front of everybody, pulled that thing out and say, "Just say you want me to do it. It's done." The husband looked at the wife and said, he said, "Do it." Neighbor started getting him here right there.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, "Hey, good morning. You want me to drop your kids off at school?" Like ain't shit happen. Weird.
That's why I love gated communities.
Weird.
All the fun is behind the gate.
Baby.
Shut your ass up.
Can I say something on this?
Shut all the way up.
Go ahead,
guys. When I had the limousine company, I came across the swingers lifestyle because I was taking upstage lawyers and judges to these parties. But let me tell you something. This is why some of them can get along, fuck each other, and sing kumbaya, where us Hispanics and blacks are so concerned on whose penis went to whose vagina that it lets us get off track on what's really important. You're right. They all do their thing at night. They party, they do lines, they drink, and then next morning they're back at work being judges, lawyers, and it's like nothing happened, and they're married for 40, 50 years. You know what I'm saying? But we're here worried about our husband talking to somebody else or doing this. I think we just put too much emphasis on that aspect of life, and we let go of what's really important sometimes, which is family, which is building. You know, these people don't take sex that seriously. It's for fun and it's for pleasure. And I was shocked when I saw the things that I saw and the things that would go on in the back of my limo. I mean, I called my company's name was Lucky Limousine. I mean, it was people getting lucky from the minute I picked them up, from the minute I dropped them off, and it was crazy, guys. And I was exposed to I was culture shock. I'm like, holy crap. I know this officer. He's a sergeant. You know, he's the police chief. But
what's his name?
It's a secret cult. It's a cult.
What's his name, Grace?
Oh.
What do you mean? What's his name? What are you talking about, Uncle Rick?
So they were just fluid with all their predilections and their predispositions and their propensities.
And then nudists. There's a nude beach in Miami.
Nope, I didn't say proclivities. I said all the other things.
So today's show is presented to you by the letter P.
We try to elevate the dialogue. We try to elevate the vocabulary of the audience.
Right. To answer your question, money lubricates socially. That's the reason why both people can have a good time. We're the only ones who get headaches when the bills show up. You know, speaking of bills, let's talk about this super chat over here. Big and 11 cents, $10.
What did he say?
I'm sorry, man. I did that. My
he said, BMU, they're saying Diddy has been denied a bond.
That's right.
Yeah, they're not letting the diddler get away, brother.
The yoke of the devil has been destroyed.
Fuck the frail shit.
You ain't gonna make it out of this one alive, y'all.
Hey,
we ain't gonna make it out of this one alive.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
It's over.
Man, run that man his music for his super chat, man. It's been a minute.
I got him. You can give him let me see.
Run us something good, man.
Let me see. Y'all want I gotta give him this for sure.
Here we go.
Funky monkey.
Hey. If y'all want to see what we call it, what was her name?
That was Funky Monkey, wasn't it?
No, Big Monkey something. We called her something.
Chunky Monkey?
Yeah, we
The
called
lady
her
was a
something.
bad prediction. Horrible prediction.
That's our Payne's girl.
Yeah, our Payne get blushing when he see her.
Don't put it on me. You know.
Hey, she looking at the camera like she knows you. You know what I'm saying? She looking at
This
the
show has
camera
been
like
brought to you by quickpregnancy.com. If you want quick pregnancy, please call Shadandra. She's gonna get your ass.
Can y'all pull out of that? How's y'all pull out game with that?
Ain't nobody pulling out of it.
Didn't say he said no.
Listen, I got a proclivity to shoot the club up.
jelly and peanut butter go
Whatever you want, whatever you need, my heart belongs to you. Oh, whatever you need, then nothing I won't do. Oh, whatever you want, my heart belongs to you. I say whatever you need. Whatever you need, my heart belongs to you. Whatever you need, there's nothing I won't do. Whatever you want, my heart belongs to you.
Nice. Well, anyway, get back to our girl. She got a tramp stamp says pull out is impossible.
Yeah.
And Anissa was right. It was called Moose Knuckle.
Moose Knuckle.
You get to the point of no return, sir.
That's Miss Moose Knuckle.
There's no turning back now.
Scream if you want to. Nobody's gonna hear you.
Now, can you imagine your son coming home with that?
Oh, stop. I just thought about that.
Dap him up.
Your daddy can have some.
It up like
and while you
with a little
thinking
tear
about
running down my cheek, like
boy, can you imagine?
As soon as you get done, you gonna go to the bathroom. You gonna hear something say.
And you know what's gonna happen? And embrace head, she's imagining this girl naked doing this.
I'm a grandma. That's it. I know it.
Your son gonna be like
so crazy, boy.
He gonna be through.
Beautiful, ain't she?
He got one more time,
Boy,
and
the
he.
black woman, the baddest boy.
Yeah, we're gonna have a baby shower online for the kid.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all other races, y'all missing out. I ain't gonna even lie.
Hey, Arpain, in your 20s, Arpain,
like
you
those.
pulling out of that in your 20s, Arpain?
I'm not saying anything.
You don't even.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Yeah.
Gonna be like, whoop.
Hey, fellas.
You can't even fix it. You can tell that lie.
How y'all think it is? That's exactly how it is. That's
Man,
how it is,
He
boy.
probably killing them, boy. Woo.
Boy.
America. That's tough, boy.
Blushing.
Hey, Arpain was blushing, boy. I saw him turn red.
Blushing, sweating.
Hey, I said, Arpain, did you put on your 20s?
See how easy we get off track.
Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. Thank you for the super chat, man. Y'all see more super chats. We'll play the game again with y'all, man. Because Sister Moose Knuckle, y'all send us a super chat. I'll play it for you. But let's get to the conversation, man, because there's something stinking in this kitchen, and I think they're trying to take our next president of the United States out before he becomes president.
Oh yeah.
And I know Lost in Translation has went to the web and found us something to spark this conversation. The floor is yours, sir.
Thank you, sir. Here's the thing. This is probably from one of those news sources I was telling you about, who actually covered it right when it happened. And they talked about exactly what happened. I'm going to go ahead and share this with y'all. I had to pull this from the land of TikTok. So y'all hold your horses. Here we go.
about the second apparent assassination attempt on Donald Trump in as many months. This is just coming in, too. President Biden tonight spoke on the phone with Trump. The White House describes the conversation as cordial, with Biden sharing his relief that the former president is safe, and then Trump thanking Biden for the call. And it comes as this man, 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Routh, is now facing 2 federal charges after a member of Donald Trump's detail noticed the muzzle of his automatic rifle poking out from the shrubbery along Trump's golf course. The FBI called the threat against the former president extremely serious, but the Bureau says it has no information that Routh was working with anyone else. We also learned today that phone data places the suspect at the golf course as early as 2 a.m. He was discovered at 1:31 p.m. The Secret Service says the suspect never took any shots, but where the gun came from is a big question tonight as we learn more about Routh's criminal history.
Just to give y'all a little background, when they found the rifle, it was in the woods right along the fence line. He had 2 backpacks, one full of snacks and some type of ceramic tiles, a GoPro camera, and an AK-47 with the serial number scratched off so they couldn't trace it. Something is afoot. That's the second attempt within 2 months. We're gonna start get us a little round table action. When y'all found out about it, what was your first thoughts? We're gonna start with Professor at the bottom here, sir, and then we're gonna go move on to Rick next.
Well, I when I first heard it, I figured out why Trump doesn't want to have any more debates, because every time he debates, he has an assassination attempt.
Oh,
and I don't, yeah, and I don't think this is the last time. I think they're gonna try again. I was taken aback, but I wasn't surprised, because there's enough people out here who don't want him to be president, and they won't stop at any means to make sure that it happens. And it's unfortunate. And the thing about him is he doesn't have to be in this race. He can drop out at any time. He could have dropped out at any time. And because he loves the country so much, he stays in the race. And it's sad that someone dislikes a civilian of the United States so much they want to take him out. But I wasn't surprised that it happened. And I won't be surprised if someone tries to do it again.
All right, Rick, it's on you. And this is next.
When I heard about it, I thought to myself, it's a lot of lone gunman theories going on lately, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. It's always a lone wolf, man.
Mm-hmm. It's funny how when things get tight for certain people or certain parties, people start ending up dying. That's all I'm gonna keep saying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's just weird to me.
Yeah.
I mean, because
it ain't that serious.
Word.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
For real.
Mm-hmm.
When you really think about it, it ain't that serious. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if that's come on, man. We all know. You just don't want to say it. Right? Because then you have to look at shit a different kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
I understand how you feel, but ain't it funny though? Listen to what I'm saying, black people. I understand, but ain't it funny though? I ain't asking you to change your mind. Ain't it funny though?
Mm.
It's just crazy to me how in this country, right, the people who incite the most change end up dead.
Mm.
This ain't nothing new, you baby boomers and freedom fighters. But hey, I keep telling y'all, vote for who you want.
Mm-hmm.
Vote for who you want. It's cool. I keep trying to tell you, because that all that shit don't matter at the end of the day till it get to your door.
Mm-hmm.
It really don't. You good? I'm happy for you, for real. But ain't it funny though? If we being adults and we being human beings towards each other, the brothers and sisters we supposed to be, right? Fuck the snap shit. Fuck the what you think I am or what you believe you know or what you think I know, right? But ain't it funny? And if you can't answer that honestly, I don't want you around me. I'm being honest with you.
Word.
It's cool. That's all I got on.
Thank you. Anissa, then Arpain, you next.
When I first when I first heard about it, my very first initial reaction, I have to be honest, I was like, they missed again? Like, how
Oh,
they missed
get
his
out.
ass twice?
Wow.
Damn.
That's what I
God
thought.
damn.
That
Wow.
big ass target, and y'all missed him twice. Listen, if
Ain't as big as you think.
these obviously are just people just working and maneuvering off their own craziness. If somebody wanted this man gone, they would hire, first of all, professionals, and he would be dead by now. They keep talking about the Iranians or whatever. You think they can't get rid of your
That's how
ass? You
you
think they
do
would
it.
be going,
That's
you
how
think
you
they
do
would
it,
be
huh?
going through all of this that these people are going through? He would be deceased by now. So let's just be clear about that. That was my initial reaction. I was like, again. That shit lame as fuck. That's what I thought about it.
Arpain, you next. Thank you, Anissa. Appreciate
Well,
your
you know, I mean,
honesty.
she's not far off. What they're doing is they're ramping up the rhetoric and hoping that one of these crazy Americans will do the job for them. They just need to keep them vulnerable enough to get hit. But I just think that there's something that is not being said to the most of us. I think that Kamala is losing big, and the networks, with all that propaganda, the real numbers behind the scenes, they're just trying to keep from us. And because when they do random talks, almost anybody does random talks to people on the street. Ain't nobody want to vote for her, man.
You're right.
Except for a couple of, black sycophants and, and sorority sisters.
And sissies.
So so I just think at first, I think they're losing worse, but I think she's a throwaway candidate anyway. That's why they didn't want to dirty Gavin Newsom and shit like that. But Trump is a threat to the ideology that has been plaguing us for a decade, and that's the rise of the alphabet mafia, the gender affirming care, the far left debauchery, the end of marriage, unfettered feminism. All those things die with Trump.
Boys playing girl sports.
Yeah, the Title IX, the stripping of Title IX, all that stuff dies with Trump. I mean, these are tangible things that he's already said he's going to change. Now, some people might say it don't make a difference. But I'm telling you, as far as I'm concerned, I don't give a shit how bad Trump is character-wise. That shit matters to me. It does. The debauchery of the left, I think it's, and the demonic hold they have on the black community, that shit will be dealt a real big blow as well, especially if the numbers of blacks who are defecting. And I've been on this for a long time. So anyway, so the attempt on his life, this was an attempt that was really thwarted by maybe luck or by somebody actually doing their job, because the guy never got a shot off. They saw him and stuff like that. They caught him because some bystander had his license plate. So I don't know how they're going to protect this guy, but he's not going to stop. He's not going to stop. But I agree with Anissa. If they were hiring some of the guys from the TV shows that we see, he'd be gone by now.
Ain't none of that shit going to happen.
But that's a dangerous game too.
Yeah, you go.
Because once you start hitting, once you get professionals to hit targets, then everybody's a target.
Yep.
And everybody's a target. So I'll end it there.
Appreciate it. JT, it's on you, brother.
Yeah. First and foremost, man, black people got to stop thinking that this shit is a black and white thing. Those days are over with. Do y'all see these fucking ideologies out here that ain't got shit to do with whether you're black or you white? Woman, man, gay, straight. Goddamn, you got everything that's way above that right now. If Trump gets assassinated, there will not be a race war. That's over with. We ain't doing who? Who gonna fight who? What are we talking about? A bunch of people crying. That's all it is. America ain't about a bunch of motherfuckers ready to go to war. That's crazy. Secondly, y'all must don't know how hard it is to kill a damn president for real. We ain't talking about you just got some motherfuckers that just came out the academy and that's why when you seen when that woman got scrutinized and they were cussing her ass the fuck out and they were like, you got to get the fuck on, because they knew somebody had to take the blame for that shit, because there's no fucking way you're gonna have somebody on the goddamn roof and people telling them that the motherfucker right there, why is he right there, right? You see what happened? He wasn't supposed to have got a shot off. The motherfucker that just had with them low risers, didn't he have some fucking low risers? One of them low riser jeans or some shit he had on?
Top too, look like.
Now, hard to top. We ain't seen one black person out here trying to assassinate him. One. That man was, how old was he?
53, I think.
53. Then you had the little boy. What was he, about 21?
21, I think, yeah.
What they got in common?
They
They're
lone
white.
wolves.
They white. They fucking white, and what they just supposed to be some random man. This shit is this shit is crazy, bro. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen before in my life. It is not about race. It's not. When you talk about Kamala, how is it about race and you got a goddamn woman that black people are saying that she's black? And even when she said that she wasn't, they still say she black.
And got on TV and said she ain't doing shit specifically for black folks.
So, right. So it has nothing to do with race. But it does have a lot to do with your goddamn rights. Oh, yeah. They're claiming that Trump is trying to take your rights.
How come he didn't take
the opposite? It's the total opposite. It's the total opposite. He's fighting against people taking rights, but yet they have it right there saying that this man, he's racist. He don't like black folks. What has he done against black folks in the 4 years that he's ran, that he was president, and then now that he's running? Now, let me ask you about Kamala. Has she did anything for blacks?
Never.
Against blacks?
Never.
Against blacks?
Against.
Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders.
Yep.
Right. And then on top of that, this is the craziest part right here. So we just not going to be able to she can't get elected in? No. What do they call it? Not elected, but
elected.
Is it elected?
No,
to run. They just pushed her in there. And people just said, fuck it. We good. We want to put our pearls and checks on. Right?
Well, the Obamas did not. The Obamas did not want that. They wanted to have an open debate.
You talk about that Caucasian man with that black woman? That's a Caucasian man.
That one.
That nigga.
The oppressor.
That Caucasian. He Caucasian. Y'all keep talking about this motherfucker. Why do we give a fuck about race anymore, y'all? I'm gonna be 100. Why we give a fuck about that shit right now?
It still matters, JT. It still matters though.
But it's been proven. Black folks ain't for black folks. White folks ain't for white folks. It's the ideology that people are about. It's not the race. It's the ideology.
It's all what you believe.
Okay, like I told them niggas,
black folks and white people against white folks, and then we keep trying to put this 1960 shit out as if the shit is still the same thing. It's not.
Hey, it just had a nigga swing. It just had a nigga swinging in South Carolina for the rope. I mean, I'm just saying. But go ahead.
Right. But when you're talking about it in totality, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that racism doesn't exist. I'm not saying none of that. But what I'm telling you is that ideology is the biggest thing right now. We're arguing
about men being women. Literally, you can lose your job for calling a man a woman. I mean, a man, and he's telling you to call me a woman.
Yep.
You got people that's out here that's doing everything else, and it ain't got nothing to do with their color. Has everything to do with their ideology. Everything to do with their ideology. There's no fucking way we could sit back and say, well, Trump is racist, but Kamala, she's the better candidate.
She's not. She's terrible.
She's terrible. Whether you like the man or not, this is what you got. And when you ask somebody honestly, who is the best candidate based off of what you've seen, you cannot say it's Kamala.
You can't.
There's no fucking way that you can say it's Kamala.
JT,
hold on. What you said, Nissa? What you said, Nissa?
Man, she's just shaking her head, man.
I cannot say that Trump is the better candidate, not based on the things that I value. But unapologetically, Lala made a very interesting comment. Kennedy was picked off in a moving vehicle, and y'all can't hit Trump big ass on
because it was 1968 and he was in goddamn Texas.
But he was still moving. He was still moving. Trump that big ass was not moving. He was just standing there on the car.
He was moving in a straight line.
Come on. These are individual people moving on their own, notion. These are not professionals. If it were professionals, his ass would be deceased.
So I would agree with this. Yeah, y'all couldn't hit that motherfucker from right there. Y'all want him dead so much. But this is my thing. Why y'all want him dead?
Oh my God!
Because they don't like his ass.
No, because he makes change.
Don't like his ass.
Because
That's
he makes change.
JT, you made the bed and you put the kids to sleep on that shit. Let me tell you what happened.
Because those white men don't like him and what he's standing
that's
for.
not this. That's not what it is.
That's why he wanted to shoot him.
That's not what it is. This man is saying
that is what he said.
That is what he said. When this man becomes president,
what's the reason? What's the reason? Y'all know. Y'all talk to the man. So
what's the reason? God, this man, damn, this is dead.
A man, just think about it. This man coming in, he's saying, when I become president, there ain't gonna be no more gay, there ain't gonna be no more abortions, there ain't gonna be no more boys playing girl sports, there ain't gonna be none of that. I'm gonna cancel all this shit. When I become president, I'm not gonna be like Biden and have gay men running around the goddamn White House lawn with their dicks out kissing each other in the mouth. Trump already said it. And on top of that, Anissa, for people that ain't never had to live below poverty, it is a shame that we got 4 million kids in the goddamn system that ain't got no families to go home to. And when they age out, they give them $400 a month.
Word.
But you mean to tell me immigrants can come over here and get $14,000 a month, $5,000 in fucking food stamps, and Joe Biden and this bitch are sitting there watching this shit come over into the country? They watching the motherfuckers see the borders are. Them motherfuckers coming over here getting $14,000, $3,000, $8,000, and his kids in the fucking foster system can't even get $600. You tell me, Anissa, imagine this. If you was out on the street, Anissa, and you went to a person's house and the system gave you $300 a month, you say, God damn, I can barely get by. But the little Mexican boy down the street just came over from Mexico, crossed the border, and he said, look at me, I got $5,000. You don't want to kill him. What? That's what's happening. That's what's happening right now in America. Them immigrants coming over here getting $14,000, $5,000, eating, having a good time, buying cars, living good. They even paying people to let them move in with them.
Yeah.
And Kamala Harris sent her bird beat face ass in there. Joe Biden damn near dead himself. He got one foot in the grave and one on the fucking banana peel, and they're allowing this shit to happen.
Wearing Trump hats. This nigga walking around wearing a American gray hat.
And look, on top of that, these people are coming in. They're coming in from Venezuela, which is what Kamala Harris is trying to get us to become.
Yeah. She want a bunch of sissies. She want a bunch of motherfuckers running around New York. Oh my God. She want a bunch of sissies, a bunch of immigrants, a bunch of motherfuckers kissing each other. That she want on the lawn. She want to see 2 men sucking each other dicks. She want kids to get fucking sex reassignments. She's for all that shit. She's for
all that shit.
Tampons in the men's restroom.
Yeah, men. Come on, tampons in the men's restroom. What the fuck? Kids getting read to by goddamn trans fucking women in their beard, biggest mind, and they're talking about. Little Johnny went down the road and grabbed the penis of another man, hit the other man, was a trans though. They got books talking about busting nuts in each other's mouth in your kid's library. You want to vote for this bitch? Get the fuck out here.
Somebody explain what our president was doing wearing a Trump hat.
We won't vote for this bitch.
Who's our president
Oh,
doing
no.
wearing a Trump hat?
Let me
he said it's good people on both sides. JP. He said, I'm put this Trump hat on. He said he said I've been unburdened by what is burdened, so I'm putting this Trump hat on.
Man, hold on. I thought I was done. Hold on, Professor. I thought I was done. Look at this shit. Look at this shit right here. Y'all look at this. Listen to this.
Will benefit black people. Will benefit all society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
What?
Any policy that will benefit black people will benefit all society. Let's be clear about that.
Let's be clear.
Really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
let's be clear in this, sir. She's not going to do nothing for black people.
She's going to get an Asians they shit.
I'm not doing nothing for y'all ass.
Okay.
She did for Asian Americans though.
When he was president, your ass gonna still be broke.
Let me stir this up. I have daughters, and I don't want my daughter to go to a basketball game and a big 200-pound or 175-pound, 200-pound nigga coming down dunking on my daughter, put his dick on her forehead. Because what's gonna happen is, I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. I saw a gang of white men. I'm gonna see if I can find a video for y'all for next week. It's a gang of white men that got their AK-47s on their back. And they said, if you think that you're about to come to this school and wrestle my daughter, play basketball against my daughter, or put your hands on my daughter and you were born a male, he said, listen here, Sparkle Farts. That's what he called them. He said, listen, Sparkle Farts, we are ready for any motherfucker that come in this town, that's a man and trying to be a woman. Them white boys you talking about, Anissa, them white boys are not playing no games. They ready to go to war right now. That's why this weekend.
Oh my God, do you know how many white men are exactly what you're talking about?
You know what,
Let's be
Anissa?
clear.
Hold on.
They're some of the main ones that are trying to transition. Let's
we
be
have
clear.
one of the biggest.
But you have every right to feel that way as a parent.
Anissa, we have one of the biggest gun shows in Dallas, Texas this weekend. I'm going to.
We got one
whole fucking Saturday. And I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna interview people, and I'm gonna ask them, and I'm gonna sit in that line, and I want to show you how many white boys line up in that line with them Trump shirts on. And I want to ask them, how y'all feel about the trans community? How y'all feel about them boys wrestling your daughters? How y'all feel? And watch what I bring you back Tuesday. They ready to kill anybody that's want to be gay. Them boys that want to be in the bathroom with their daughters, they ready. They're not playing. They ready. And that's why I said, if you fuck with Trump. You fuck with Trump, and they trying to hit Trump, and the white boys get pissed off, this country gonna be upside down.
And BME, what I don't understand is how she wants to give you $6,000 for the kid.
But I sent it to the wrong fucking person. I sent it to Snowman.
She wants you to send $6,000. She wants to give you $6,000 per baby, but then wants you can kill them at any point.
Yeah,
you can get rid of babies up to birth. And what Trump said, and what Trump said, the Virginia governor did. Virginia governor did say.
He did say.
And there's over 20. There's 20 states that you can get rid of a baby from week 20 to they have no dates when it comes to the weeks. So
they don't give a shit, Professor. They don't care.
You can get rid of the babies.
Professor,
so
that makes no sense. Trump's position on that is, and he has flip-flopped again, but his latest position was
flip-flop all the time.
Go ahead. But I'm giving you his latest position. Okay. His latest position on that is he is not going for a national ban. He is going to leave it up to the state.
He's been that way. He already said that.
If your state says 6 weeks, that's what it's going to be.
No,
your state says 20 weeks, that's what it's going to be. If your state says
up to birth, that's what it's going to be. It's not going to be
there's a lot of laws.
Every state has its own law.
You're right. And that's how it
So he is not trying to ban abortion. He is
No,
not
no, no, no,
trying
no,
to
no, no,
promote
no, no,
You're
no,
right,
at all.
but
no. He
He
didn't
wants
that's
to
how
be
it
flip-flop.
should.
subject.
That's
He
how
would
it
be
should be.
subject
Wait,
to
hold
the
on,
rules, to the
Anissa.
laws of
Well,
your
listen,
state.
it should be
So
with the
stop trying
state.
to say that Trump is against abortion because he's not.
Well,
No, no, no,
He's
no,
not.
no, no. I'm
saying
gonna
that.
talk to.
I
Let me talk
disagree
to
with
this
him
part.
on that point.
No, 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 no. But she said something that was 100% untrue. She said he flip-flopped.
He didn't
When he
flip-flop.
was in presidency, the only thing he wanted to get rid of was that Wade versus
Roe v. Wade. Roe v.
yeah,
Wade.
Roe v. Wade shit. But he already said, I'm going to leave it to the states. He didn't
That's right.
flip-flop. That's what he said when he was president. So you lied about that one right there.
Yeah, the only thing he flopped on was the
But
IVF
then
thing. That's
stop
the
saying
only
that
thing
he's
he flopped on.
anti-abortion because he's not.
Who said that?
We
Who
never
Stop
said
said
that.
saying that he's
No one.
anti-abortion
We
because
never
he's
said
not.
he
No,
was.
He's
We
no
never
no,
said
different.
that.
No,
He's
no,
no different.
Anissa. The only reason why people think that he is anti-abortion is because Project 2025 stamped his name in Project 2025 and just stamp his name on that entire plan. Trump has always been for abortion, even in the last the town hall he did prior to the debate with Biden.
Right.
Even there, he even stated that he was not against abortion and not for an abortion ban. The only thing he did say was that there has to be some sort of punishment. But even there, he even said that it has to be left to the states. The only thing he flopped on as it relates to reproductive rights is IVF, to which his presidential nominee, vice presidential nominee, JD Vance, then comes back and tries to save face. But I mean,
he flip-flopped in favor of it.
How is he going to be
right? And the Republicans are against. The Republicans are actually against what he's about the abortion. And in my eyes, I think West Virginia has it the right way of how they want to do it, where grape, incest, life of the mother, as well as if those are the cases, you have to prove that those were the cases that you got rid of that child. So I agree with West Virginia when it comes to that. I don't agree with the Republicans and other people do not agree with Trump when it comes to the abortion. But he's never been against a nationwide abortion ban. He's always been
both ways. This is the thing.
You got to give him something. You got to give him something.
This is what I'm saying.
Even if he, as a man in his heart, is against abortion, he know he can't come out and say he's definitely against it.
Right.
That's just that's just going to be another excuse for people that don't like him to dislike him.
No, he's letting them eat that. He's letting them fuck themselves up. Because remember what they're doing. Right now, you got motherfuckers sitting there telling motherfuckers that they can have abortions all the way until when? To term?
To the baby's born, yes. To the baby's being breached.
And so then you got these same motherfuckers are sitting back trying to get a motherfucker to pay child support for a baby that ain't born yet. You can't have it both motherfucking ways.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna have her to relinquish her rights because she don't feel like she's ready to be a mama. But no, nigga, you gonna be daddy even if he's 5 months in the womb. That's crazy as hell.
Or if you kill a pregnant lady, is it 2 murder charges? If it ain't none, why are we charging to kill the fetus if you murder the mother? What's the
argument that they had too?
I have an explanation for that one, but go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. One thing that's being overlooked as far as the reason why there's so much dislike and hatred for Trump on the left, and there's so much love for Kamala, because this goes along with this war against masculinity that's going on in this country.
That's what I was saying. Yep.
Trump represents the traditional masculine male. You feel me? And they hate it. They despise it because they want to get rid of it because, of course, they've attached the concept of patriarchy to white men as if only white men operate in patriarchy, which is totally ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
The reason, Embrace, to answer your, I think I may have mentioned this before to someone else, and I'm going to probably mention it again another time, but the reason why there is an attachment of statutes and legislation or statutes and penalty on a woman who is deleted while she is carrying is because of how these how the penal system works as it relates to when laws are assumed or attached to a fetus when the woman is pregnant. It's how that situation works. So I'll try to do this very briefly. 1 USC subsection 8, okay, defines what a person is, okay? And how that defines a person is all the way up until when the fetus is born. That is when it defines a person. So all the way up until a fetus is born, you are not considered a person. The law or this country has defined that every Homo sapiens sapien is not a person legally attaching a legal entity to a naturalized entity covered by a statute, legal principle, and maritime law is not a person that is able to be sued, sue, utilize law, or be penalized by the law until you are a person. Okay? So, however, there's a caveat to that, which Angerman brought up, I think, a couple of weeks ago, and you're bringing up now. And that is, if the woman who is pregnant is unfortunately deleted. Now, in that instance, that is when the laws are then, or the laws of the penal system, or the statutes and legislation is then carried to the fetus by proxy. And that's only carried by proxy because the woman had not yet taken a legal action to abort said fetus. She is then assumed to vouch for said fetus.
Oh, there's an easier explanation for this.
Sure.
The easier explanation is the same reason why she can abort it, but you can't relinquish having to pay financial support to it. It's because the laws are biased against men.
That's right.
That's all it really boils down to. The laws are biased against men, and the reason why it's biased against men is because if you keep men in this state of subjugation, they do not pose a threat to the men that are at the top of the pyramid. As long as men at the bottom of the pyramid have women over them to basically keep them at a certain state through arguing, through disagreements, through child support court, divorce court, all of these different things, that means that those men do not pose a threat to the men at the top. That's all it really boils down to. The entire purpose of feminism and all of that crap is to keep the men at the bottom from rising to the top and overthrowing whoever is at the top and changing regimes the way it used to happen back in the day. Back in the day, if you had a king, if a dude was a soldier that was a warrior and inspired a bunch of men, he could end up becoming the king by challenging the king. So it's merely putting men in a place where they'll always be at the bottom so that they don't pose a threat to the ones at the top. That's really all that is.
Takey, you wanted to say something, darling?
Yeah, so I wanted to say something to what Anissa said and also what JT said. I think that when Anissa said that she wished they would have got him.
Did she say that?
No,
so
you already know she did.
My thing is though, the problem
How did they miss him?
Oh, you said
How did they
how?
miss?
Okay.
Yeah, she said how. I don't think she said that.
So okay, I'm sorry. I thought that's what you said. So check this out. My thing is that if something like this happens, Black people, we handle things. I just want us to put this in perspective. We handle things very different from Caucasian people. I don't know if y'all noticed that. But like if we lose everything, just everything, right? We lost our job, we lost just the family, everything. We still see light at the end of the tunnel. When white folk lose everything, they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. They don't see that greater is coming. Some of them don't. So if this man get deleted, someone succeeds in deleting this man, right? Y'all, a lot of y'all like, oh, especially on social media, especially IG, I wish they would have got him. I wish they would have took him out. Y'all don't know what a civil war would look like. None of us have ever experienced war. Only some of the men on this panel who have been soldiers experience war. But the rest of us are average Joes. We do not know what war looks like. Our community is only 41 million in total. And so Caucasians are at the top of the food chain. And if just half of them decided that they wanted to wreak havoc, we would have a problem. And I'm not saying it to scare people. I'm saying that we have to look at the bigger picture. We wishing and hoping that this happened, but is anybody ready for the shitstorm? It won't just be them crying. It won't just be them crying. White people, Caucasian people do not take kindly to bad shit like we do. And I don't know where we get it from. Maybe because all the shit our families have been through and we learned from heartbreak. But Caucasian people are not ready for stuff like this. They are not. And so when they get disappointed or something bad happens to someone that they claim to love all over social media, shit is not going to go well. A lot of people sitting up here saying that, oh, it's not a black or white issue. And I love when y'all want to believe that, but it is a black and white issue. There's still nonsense in our community is being done because of race. And I think we have to open up our eyes. It's not to scare anybody. It is just to show you that if this man get deleted, a lot of us are not ready for the backlash of this. A lot of us don't have a safe haven to go to if something happens. Black America, we don't have links outside of the US unless you're married to somebody who has a link outside of the US. That's different. So for us to be all here, oh, I wish it happened. I wish it happened. I don't want to see this motherfucker burn down. I'm sorry.
What I'm trying to figure out, is how are Christian black folk walking around talking about some, I wish they would have got him. That's not Christian at all. And what Take Heed is saying is 100% correct. See, the reason why Negroes say goofy shit like that is for the same reason you don't care about Kamala Harris getting in office. Because if you think shit hit the fan, you think white folk gonna save you. You think they're gonna step in and protect you when some other country decides to bulldoze this country. First of all, no other country, they don't give a shit about your plight in America. They see you just as American as they see Donald Trump or anybody else in this damn country. You are an American. So whenever another country decides to come to this country and do whatever, they're going to view everybody in this country as the same. The West, Americans. And what's ridiculous about it, when you're talking about, oh, I wish they would have got him. This is still a human being who does not deserve to be shot at because he's running for public office. That's ridiculous. And it just shows that as much as the Democrats run around here pretending like Kamala's the best damn candidate that ever existed, if she was all of that, why the hell does somebody need to shoot him? Why she can't beat him outright in the damn election?
Word.
Why would he need to be shot? And I'm gonna tell you something else too, because I know a lot of the black folk don't believe Trump. I heard Anissa said if he get in office, you're still gonna be broke. That's a flat out lie. That is one of the biggest lies I've ever heard in my damn life. I became a 6-figure earner under Trump, and my income doubled every year he was in office. It didn't stop doubling until Joe Biden got his old rickety crickety ass in office. That's the truth.
That's the truth.
Flat out. So the other thing that really bothers me about this whole thing, when you're talking about, Trump, they should have got him and all of this old foolishness. And it's like, okay, so you guys are going to be able to weather another 4 years of inflation going up, another 4 years of the price of food going up, another 4 years of the job situation, another 4 years of the housing situation, because they lied about the jobs, claimed they had created 800 some thousand jobs. Turns out they didn't create any damn 800 some thousand jobs. Like we're not, the thing about it is a lot of people that's caught up in the rhetoric and in their goddamn feelings. And they're so deep in their feelings that they're ignoring the facts on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
They're ignoring the facts on the ground. And when it comes to this whole political landscape right now, which is really, it's really troubling when you think about it, the precedent that has been set.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to figure out from Black people is, how do you have a history of your political leaders being shot, and then all of a sudden you turn around and say you wish they would have got him? I don't know if you noticed or not, but nobody in this country that was a political leader that was ever assassinated was evil. If they evil, they don't get assassinated. If they full of shit, they don't get assassinated. It's only the ones that's trying to do something for the damn people that get their head blown off. But y'all ain't paid attention to that because you're too damn busy letting the damn media program your ass.
Word.
The shit is sad. Anybody that sat back and paid attention to the political landscape, paid attention to geopolitics, you know why this is going on with him. He's not a warmonger president, which is a problem for the military-industrial complex. They're not going to be able to make money with him. He's going to cause a problem for a lot of connections geopolitically, putting tariffs on countries, making them pay for utilizing and using the U.S., which is what brings in a shit ton of money into this damn country.
Which is another reason why motherfuckers will want him assassinated.
Facts.
When the nigga, when he came in, and a lot of people don't even understand this, Angry Man. He cut that war shit out. And he told motherfuckers he was pulling the motherfucking U.S. out of countries we ain't got no business being in. And they got mad at him over that shit. Bro, we got motherfuckers, we've been our military has been around this world. We've been in countries, dog, for 4-5 decades.
Yep.
He was like, what the fuck we still over there for?
But it's
crazy.
It's even worse, bro. You know the one thing people don't pay no attention to? Go look at every Democrat that has become president. Go look at their net worth before they became president and look at their net worth after they became president.
Mm-hmm.
The only one that don't need nobody's money when they came into office was Trump. He the only one. So when you sit back and look at all of these goofy deals and you're like, why are they doing this? What is going on? And anybody that wants to bring up, because y'all love to bring up the insurrection, or as old boy said, the erection. He incited an erection, right? If you go back, see, I paid attention in history class. I paid attention to the founding fathers. I paid attention to what Benjamin Franklin said. I paid attention to what Thomas Jefferson said. I paid attention to what George Washington said. If they were alive right now, they would have ran in that damn Capitol, and they wouldn't have ran in there without a damn weapon. That's the damn truth. And y'all can get upset if you want to about it. Go look it up. They said what did he say? What was the quote about the tree of freedom or something has to be stained with blood every once in a while? What was that quote? Y'all remember that quote?
Yeah, that's it.
Y'all remember that quote? Like at the end of the day, right? What people don't remember historically is that they would have been hung if they would have lost the Revolutionary War.
Who was that? Thomas Jefferson?
The tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants.
And even in the Declaration of Independence, they did write in there that the people had the ability to remove the current government and create a new government if they so chose. That is in the Declaration of Independence and all fairness.
And that's and whether people want to acknowledge it or not, right? The best thing going forward is whoever wins, they win, and they need to put the country first and have the best interests of the people first. That's the only way moving forward. Because I can tell you right now, if any lunatic succeeds at deleting President Trump, it's just like Take Heed said, the shit storm.
It's going to be a shit storm.
That you're going to see. The shit storm in this country that you're going to see, especially if it would have happened that first time on television for the whole world to see. What did you notice when they shot at him? Did them people leave?
They stayed right there.
Nope. Stayed right there.
They stayed right there. And I'm telling you right now, if people love to say, oh, the MAGA is unhinged. No, the left is unhinged. The MAGA people are just chilling. They're just waiting to see if the system is going to work the way it's supposed to work. But the moment that it's not working the way it's supposed to work, that's when the problem is going to happen. That's when it's going to happen.
Grace, you wanted to say something?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say, go ahead. I'm sorry, Grace.
You got next, Professor.
The first thought I got when I heard that he was attempted assassination is, wow, these Democrats are desperate. They are desperate people take desperate measures. And to call Trump a racist, and I know a lot of y'all gonna get mad at me, but black folks are sometimes the most racist motherfuckers I've ever seen, with all the colorism and all the bullshit, and y'all want to accuse Trump of being a racist. How about we look ourselves in the mirror first before we point at somebody else that is a racist? America is a business. And Trump is going to run the country as a business because he's a businessman. Kamala already said that she ain't doing shit for the melanated community. Why should she? With that alone, people, I just don't get it. Get your feelings out of this bullshit. Because I'm telling you right now, y'all better go on mypatriotsupply.com to buy food that lasts for years and months. Y'all see all these gun shows popping up. I'm going on one this weekend in Georgia. Okay? So it's the shit really gonna get real. Y'all seen the purge. Y'all seen what's gonna happen. I'm telling you, if Trump gets wiped out, it's going to be a civil war. And why do you think that they're bringing in all these immigrants, all these age-mailed men over to this country so they can be ready to fight us, the Americans? So on this, I hope that you're able to protect yourself and you got supplies and goods, because when it comes knocking on your door, you're not going to be, what are you going to do? What are we going to do? That's why we need to try to unite, learn from each other, be useful in the tribe so we can survive. Because I'm telling you guys, if you're not ready, you better start getting ready. I say it all the time. I stick to military personnel. I stick to law enforcement. Get your bug out bag. Buy your supplies. MyPatriotSupply.com. They have them buy one, get one free on food that you can store for years and months. Because I'm telling you, don't come over here.
Now watch this. And this just said the first shooter was a Republican, right?
Yeah.
So check this out. the first one time I was in school, and I remember they was talking about how the Democrats could be voting on something in Congress, and I forgot what the loophole is, but a Republican will vote in favor of it too, because they might not be for it, but if they vote in favor of it, they get to raise the issue again. Just because someone registers as a Republican doesn't necessarily mean they're a Republican. And just because somebody claims to be a Republican doesn't mean that they are for the Republican Party today. We have what is called rhinos, which are Republicans in name only, which is why you just saw Dick Cheney and his goofy daughter endorsing Kamala Harris. Just because somebody's Republican. See, people are not paying attention to the fact that when we were younger, the Democrat Party was the quote unquote was supposed to be the party of the people. And the Republican Party was the party of the rich and the elite. The only problem is people haven't noticed that you had the tech boom, you had the social media boom, and many of the people that are from Silicon Valley that own these ridiculously rich and wealthy corporations, they're Democrats. So it has switched. The moment that Trump started speaking for the average everyday worker, the new Republican Party has become the party of the middle class and the party of the working class, which is the main reason why you see so many older Republicans not liking Trump. The Democrats have now become the party of the elite, which is the main reason why you see the legacy media carrying water for the damn Democrats, and you see social media favoring the Democrats. So it just because the shooter was registered as a Republican doesn't mean he was a Republican.
You know, here's the thing. I got a better one for you. In the South, when you go hunting, you wear camouflage, right? So the deer can't see you. Just because I look like a bush, don't mean that I am a bush.
I am a bush.
Stay out the bushes. Stay out the bushes.
Hey, I'm just a little closer to the target. So basically, that's what he did.
And let me ask Anissa a question. Let me ask Anissa a question. When Barack Obama was in office, if that situation would have happened, if he would have been on stage giving a speech and somebody shot at him, right? Which I thought was going to happen. I definitely thought it was going to happen. But if he was up on stage and somebody shot at him, and then you went online and saw a bunch of white folks saying, I don't see how they could have missed, or they should have got him, what would you call them?
You call them racist.
You call them racist. Come on, Anissa, don't play.
You would call. I would probably say they crazy. That's what
you would call them racist, Anissa. Come on, man.
Slick. Anissa,
in my mouth.
On that one.
Probably
boy,
would
you
just say
slick
they
like
crazy.
olive oil off the tongue, baby.
Come on, Rick. Come on, Rick. Talk to me, Rick.
I'm gonna be honest with
I
you.
would just say they crazy. I mean, he's a big fat target. I just how you miss him 2 times. That's all I said. I didn't say I wanted him dead. I just said how you miss him.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all.
You can't get upset about that. Come on,
Professor.
I'm
You
gonna
got
be
it.
honest with y'all. I'm still stuck on the like killing babies part, deleting babies part. Like
Rick, I got you. I got a video for you, bro. I'm gonna let you cook. Go ahead.
Like, I ain't no woman. I ain't no woman, right? This is something I don't want to do. I never aspire to, right? It ain't my gig, right?
Can we just before you go into that, Ricky, before you cook, can we just acknowledge that this man has to have balls of steel to be out there playing golf in the wide open after somebody done shot him?
He's still gonna live his life. Fuck y'all.
That's that New York bravado.
What?
That's what
Thank you.
And he's taking a position that's not even making a fraction of what this man makes on a daily basis.
No, he don't take a salary. What are you talking about? He didn't take a salary
He
the whole
didn't
time.
even take the fucking.
This man done been prosecuted. He done been mugshotted. He done had felonies. They done shot at him. He got his own sneaker. You know that's your first black president, right?
That's what I said. That's what I've been saying. I got
And he's
3 baby
still
mamas.
standing.
Hey,
So
hold on.
many men.
And him, just like Farrakhan, was banned from all social media.
Yep.
He had to go get his own fucking social
He had to make
media.
his own DJT. But here's the thing, like, and sort of to go what Angry Man was saying, that if Kamala was such a great candidate, why do the ABC mods gotta help her out? Why do they gotta have? I mean, there's an affidavit out right now from an ABC worker that said that they not only gave her sample questions, they said they told the Harris campaign said these are questions you can't ask her, and if you do, we're not going to show up. They said they wouldn't fact check her, and we saw how much they fact checked Trump. Even and as much as she lied, she started off the whole debate line, it ended the debate line, and she has to get so much help to try to beat this man who people say is not qualified for the position. Why does she need so much help? And her policies are absolutely garbage. But outside of an assassination attempt, I think they may try to hit the electrical grid around the same time they're going to around election time, and they're gonna do paper ballots, and they're gonna try to put Kamala in.
Hey, well, one thing, Professor, the chick was her sorority sister.
Right? Yeah, it was a sorority sister. Exactly. Yeah.
That's
bullshit.
Is she a Kiwi?
Come on, Rick.
She's a Kiwi. Yeah. And they'll talk about the earrings.
Oh, ain't no coincidences.
Oh, and the fact that she said there was no military in live action war right now, she don't even know what the hell is going on. The same military soldiers showed her saying that, and they're like, well, where we at right now? We're in trenches right now. We're in bunkers right now for years. She don't even know what's going on, but that's who you want for your president, ladies and gentlemen.
But she does know what's going on, y'all, because she was raised in a middle class family by a strong mother, and she knows that people take pride in their yard. So she's qualified to be president just off of that.
Evil.
Off of that, bruh.
That's the standard.
She was raised in Canada, though. Let's talk about it.
I would not give her ass a pass by saying that she's ignorant.
Y'all gonna put tread no Rick. Come on, Rick. Come on, Rick. Don't tread on Rick. Come on now.
She listened to Tupac in college too, didn't she?
And smoke weed.
Yeah.
She graduated in '89. She listened to Tupac in college.
Smoke weed every day.
I didn't know. And the crazy thing about that, when I heard that, I was like, damn, Tupac put out some music when he was 11?
And he's 11 years old.
All lunch on me.
Pour a little liquor.
No, so
come on here, Rick.
Go ahead, Rick. You and them damn eyes, though. All right, dear.
Like, look, listen. Right, I'm being totally, I'm just being open with y'all today, for real. Fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Excuse me, right? But it's a baby, though.
Yeah. It's a clump of cells to some people.
Listen to what I'm saying. Like for real. I'm saying life happens, shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Right? And sometimes people got to do shit that they don't want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, like I said, we never really, like, we be sliding on these lies for real. Like, you cool with that though? Listen to what I'm saying, black people. You cool with that?
What's worse, Ricky? What's worse is I sat there and listened to them go back and forth about it and use it to shame Donald Trump. And I'm trying to figure out, how did we get here? How did we get to a place where deleting a baby is so casual as an afterthought? Like, it's talked about like you're tossing some trash in a trash can.
For like, think about, like, for real life, think about it, right? Like I said, it's what it is. It's, look, you gonna do what you gonna do, but let's be honest though. Like, you okay with that?
Dang.
You've been working all your life, putting your money into a pot. All your life. They tell you in your face, Social Security, we gonna take it, but you're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
Listen to what I'm saying. they let these people over. You can't afford. Two people can't afford to cannot live together.
Mm-hmm.
The days of you getting your own spot is over with.
Mm-hmm.
Your kids gotta come back home. Why they giving these people food stamps and milk $4.79, a dozen and eggs at $6? Y'all cool with that shit?
Right. They must be.
Apparently they are.
Listen to what I'm saying. Taking money out of you that good that it's fuck everybody else, right? Listen, I keep telling y'all, it's all what you believe in. These people believe that you can delete a baby if it's right about to come out the mama. Listen to what I'm saying. It's a baby. So I guess the rhetoric that y'all feed us, angry man, that the development of a fetus in a mother's stomach is so encroaching. Her and the mom form a bomb and she feels the baby kick you. All that's bullshit.
Damn. Hell no. Hell no, it ain't bullshit.
Damn. Y'all all right with that dough?
I'll tell you what, if they are all right with it, I hope they all right with heat, because they better pray it ain't a hell, because if it is one, they gonna bust it wide the fuck open.
Here we go, y'all. During the debate, they made it seem like Donald Trump was unhinged and he didn't know he was talking about when they were talking about the third trimester. I got a video for y'all. And I'm gonna share it.
Must be from Virginia.
Here we go. I'm gonna share it with you.
It's that phone call, ain't it?
Mentioned, nowhere in America
Hold on a second, y'all.
is a woman carrying a pregnancy to term and asking for an abortion. That is not happening. It's insulting to the women of America. And
no, I'm talking about your bill. How late in the third trimester could a physician perform an abortion if he indicated it would impair the mental health of the woman?
So, I mean, through the third trimester. The third trimester goes all the way up to 40 weeks.
Okay, but to the end of the third trimester.
Yep, I don't think we have a limit in the bill.
Where it's obvious that a woman.
Hold on a second, y'all.
Yeah, I seen that with the Asian lady. Yep.
Woman is about to give birth. She has physical signs of that she is about to give a birth.
Give me a second, y'all.
Shit. I'm asking for real.
Would that still be a point at which she could request an abortion if she was so certified? She's dilating. I'm asking if your bill allows that.
My bill would allow that, yes.
Wow.
I'm looking to have an abortion.
How far along are you?
I'm 34 right now.
An abortion at any stage is actually much safer than delivering a term pregnancy. It's a 4 to 5 day procedure. The needle is inserted through the abdomen and into the fetal heart, where lidocaine is injected, and that will completely numb the fetus, so there's no pain. And then after that, we inject a medication called digoxin and another medication called KCL into the fetal heart, which will slow and then stop the fetal heartbeat. And then we'll assist you in sort of pushing in the induction and then remove all of the products of conception. Here we specialize in later trimester care. Our doctor is very well versed in what he's doing and he's very good.
So I'm not like a rare situation. Y'all help women this late in pregnancy all the time?
All the time. Rightly mentioned, nowhere in America is a woman carrying a pregnancy to term and asking for an abortion. That is not happening. It's insulting to the women of America. And
No, I'm talking about your bill. How late in the third trimester could a physician perform an abortion if he indicated it would impair the mental health of the woman?
So, I mean, through the third trimester. The third trimester goes all the way up to 40 weeks.
Okay, but to the end of the third trimester.
Yep, I don't think we have a limit in the bill.
Where it's obvious that a woman is about to give birth. She has physical signs of that she's about to give a birth. Would that still be a point at which she could request an abortion if she was so certified? She's dilating. I'm asking if your bill allows that.
My bill would allow that, yes.
People calling here. How can I help you?
I'm looking to have an abortion.
How far along are you?
I'm 34 right now.
An abortion at any stage is actually much safer than delivering a term pregnancy. It's a 4 to 5 day procedure. The needle is inserted through the abdomen and into the fetal heart where lidocaine is injected, and that will completely numb the fetus so there's no pain. And then after that, we inject a medication called digoxin and another medication called KCL into the fetal heart, which will slow and then stop the fetal heartbeat. And then we'll assist you in sort of pushing in the induction and then remove all of the products of conception. Here we specialize in later trimester care. Our doctor is very well versed in what he's doing and he's very good.
So I'm not like a rare situation. Y'all help women this late in pregnancy all the time.
All the time.
Rightly mentioned.
Damn.
So you putting the link to that?
I want to say something real quick about that.
Mm-hmm.
So for Roe, right? For Roe, you can only have a deletion to the 5th month. You can only have it to the 5th month for Roe. Now, currently, right now, if they do place all the deletions in each state, right? In each state, then each state can draw up what they want. But you can't have a deletion after that 34 weeks. They say it's 30 weeks. It's not beyond that. They don't do that beyond that. I've never heard anything like that before in my life. So I'm not sure if that's a skit or something like that, but they don't do it beyond that because that's when you can determine if the baby is a boy or a girl, or if they can find out if the baby is sick at that time. That's the only time they allow deletion. Also, another thing too, when Trump said, and I messed this up too, and Boss Man helped me with this one. When Trump said that after the baby, say if the baby comes out and the baby is still alive, after the abortion, the deletion is done, right? And the baby still come out alive. I think we talked about this, Boss Man. And the baby is still alive, and now the doctor and the mother has to sit and talk about it. Trump was right because the deletion, right, did not take place. The baby did not pass. So now they give the mother an option. Do you want the baby to stay alive, or do you want us to continue? Now, if she says continue, then yes, because it was a failed abortion. The baby technically is supposed to be dead.
Baby's got to be messed up.
So I can answer that, Boss Man, real quick. So the first, for 2 things. Currently, right now, there are 9 states in the District of Columbia that there is no restrictions based on gestational duration. So they can have abortions up to 9 months. So that's currently what's going on in the states because they gave
40 weeks is 10 months.
Right, so 9 months, 10 months, it's the same. They can have the abortion. There's no gestational period in 9 states plus.
That's a human fucking being.
Correct. Now, what Trump was talking about was with the governor in Virginia, who Ralph Northman, who is a pediatric neurosurgeon, and what he said was basically the infant would be delivered, the infant would be kept comfortable, the infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired. So she was saying the baby would be born, and then at that time the mother would decide if they wanted to kill the baby or keep the baby. And that's the governor of Virginia, Ralph Northman. So he facing backlash for that.
So each state have different ideas of how they want to do deletions. So it won't be the same. And I don't blame Trump for saying let the states handle it instead of him, instead of the federal government taking a hand in it. Because with Kamala, if she does make it in there, it's gonna be a federal. So it's gonna go all the way to whenever. She won't put it in the hands of the state.
I got a question.
It'll go back to how Roe v. Wade was.
Right.
She can't do that by herself, though. She's got to pass it through. It's got to be a law. She can't do that by executive order.
But this shit is eerie as fuck, man. Let me ask a question, and this is to the women. When they have this thing called "My Body, My Right," right? At what age
do you have the right over your own body?
Are you asking the panel?
Yeah.
No, I'm asking the two
I
ladies
think
that's
it's
on
asking the
the
women.
panel.
The ladies.
Muted, baby.
Isn't it different for different states? The
Yeah,
age
that's
is
what I was just
the
about.
age is
No,
different.
I'm asking you.
Yeah, asking you guys in your opinion.
What is it when you have the right over your own body to live? How old do you have to be before you are deemed to have the right over your own body?
What 18? I mean, are you asking how old do you think you have to be to think to have control of your own body as a
No,
young
to
woman?
have right over your own body. When a motherfucker don't kill you, when you have the right, it's my body. I got the right over my body. How old do you have to be to have the right over your own body?
JT, you're asking two different questions.
Yeah.
They're going to struggle with that question because you're asking two different questions.
They should be
No, he's
struggling
no,
with
he's not. He's not asking. He's not asking two different questions.
one question.
It's a very simple question. But
Ask again.
the reason why it is so difficult for them to answer is because most women cannot accept the concept that just because that baby is inside your body, that doesn't mean that baby's body is your body. That's the problem.
No.
It ain't even.
No, I don't agree. I don't agree. I'm gonna share with you why I don't agree. Truthfully, when a baby is in the woman's body, and this is just by nature, right? We talking about God's law, right? The child should have the right to be alive. The child should. No mother should delete their baby. I think the thing is that we don't understand what human life is. You know, they always, you know what they always say about a Black woman, and this is so sad, but they said the most dangerous place for a baby is a Black woman's womb, because we have deleted over 23 million of our children. Out of all the other races, we have deleted the most. So we're talking about God's law. We're not supposed to delete these babies. Even if, I don't care if Margaret came in and had a song and dance and she got those backward pastors to help her. I don't care what happened. If we say we believe in Yahweh, there's a lot of things we should not have done.
So at what age? That's what I'm asking.
I got a good answer.
No, I would say 18.
You have the right to
in
your
my
own
house,
body.
I would say 18.
Your own body?
Mm-hmm.
Not to be
to have
deleted.
to have sex or do anything outside. Yes.
Well, you gotta accept the answer. That's just their answer.
I kind of thought about it now that it should be as soon as you're in the womb, that woman it's not her body anymore. It's that baby's body, because he needs it. The baby needs it to grow. We're an incubator. We become incubators when we become pregnant. So that baby should have a right to his life the minute it's conceived.
But by law, the baby wouldn't. That's the only
I'm
thing.
not asking about law, but I'm not asking about
No,
law.
I'm not talking to you, JT. I'm saying to Grace.
Right, guys, I ate the best when I was pregnant. I stopped drinking. I stopped doing all the foolery because it was the baby I was thinking about.
You can't get mad at my answer.
I'm not mad at the answer. I'm not mad at all. What I'm saying is, you already know how I talk. Come on, take heed.
I know.
But
go ahead.
You've been gone for a minute, JT. You got to get back to the
So, JT, for the sake of time, let's go ahead and give us the answer, man. Because I got another video I want to show you.
No, I'm gonna let Rick go.
Yeah. So like, is it your baby though? Ladies.
No, it's God's baby. A baby is a gift from God.
Right. Now listen, if that was the understanding, then abortions wouldn't be so popular, correct?
Yeah, you're right. If people believed in the Bible and walked the line right.
Let's walk it down.
Okay, come on, Rick. You and me always get tangled up. Come on.
Right. So again, listen. I need y'all to listen to what we say, and It's supposed to be your baby that's coming out of your body. Listen to what we saying. It's supposed to be a baby that's coming out of your body, your child, yet you have to get permission. Think about that. Listen, I understand both sides. When I tell y'all I look at everything, I understand. But think about that. It's supposed to be your baby, correct?
Yes.
Don't matter who the daddy is, you know that's your baby, right?
Yeah.
What other animal knowingly kills their young? In vitro.
Well, no, the black widow kills the male. What other animal kills its young?
You missing the uncomfortable truth, Ricky. And I hate to have to be the one to say it. The reason why this is an issue, the reason why this is complicated, because if we're being totally honest, women believe they're God. They believe that they create the life in their womb.
Yeah,
and it's not true.
It's the seed from the man's loins.
It's for one thing, it is the conception. It's just like the concept of the Big Bang. The sperm inside the egg is in conception. A life is then created. And that life, if you believe in a higher power, that life now has a soul. Right? So to delete it, regardless, in the eyes of the Almighty, you just destroyed life. You just killed life. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. No, oh, it's a clump of cells, all of that crap, and none of that. You destroyed a life. This is what it is. And the reason why this whole thing is annoying to me is because the woman, of course, has the eggs, right? But we already know that the egg is dead. There's no life in it. There's nothing in it. The man's sperm is alive. You feel what I'm saying? It's alive. It is actually traveling for the purpose of transforming into something else. The spark of life is right there. So a lot of times what gets lost in the conversation is the male contribution to that life. So whenever we talk about, her body, her choice, you feel me? That's just like if I came over to your house and I said, hey man, I got this food I want to heat up. And I put it in the damn oven to heat it up. And then just because I put it in the oven, you say, well, it's my oven, so it's now my food. Fuck if it is. It's still my damn food. You feel me? It's still my food. Now I can share it with you, but you ain't just about to bogart my shit and act like I didn't show up with I showed up with the food. You feel me? Because without me putting the food in the oven, there ain't no food. You just got an oven with nothing in it.
Word.
Okay, Angry Man. So then I have to ask this question. I have a bunch of questions rambling through my brain, but a lot of times, what ends up happening is people say what they're wanting, what they're professing, what they would like to have happen. Okay, so here we go. I asked this question to Arpain. I'm going to ask this question to you as well. Say we have no abortions. Gone. Now, what does that mean for you? What does that mean in a perfect society? What does it mean?
What do you mean?
It means that every woman that then conceives It means that because they conceived, they are irrespective to the modality of conception.
Okay.
Okay? It means that every woman in this society has to go through with delivery, irrespectively. Are you okay with that entire umbrella, with abortions gone?
I really don't give a shit, because it's
thank you for answering the question, because a lot of times, go ahead, sorry.
I'm gonna tell you why I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit because I am not the arbiter of life.
Word.
I'm not God. So I don't have the ability to be telling people how conception should work, how life should be created, how it should be formed, irrespective to anything, whether it's consensual or whether it's some assault or whatever. I don't know, because guess what? I do not understand God's plan. And I don't profess to understand God's plan. That is blasphemy. All I know is, if you are a religious person, you believe that God created life and he created man and woman to create life, whatever that looks like. So at the end of the day, at best, it would mean that women would have to be more responsible with their divine womb that God gave them. Men would have to be more responsible with their divine seed that God gave them. And as far as the unfortunate situations, what you want me to say? I'm a man. That's life. If I go to war and I lose my arm, guess what? I don't get another one. And that's fucked up, but that's life. The problem is you got too many people that want to play life on easy mode. We don't get life on easy mode. Because guess what? The same way, if a woman, unfortunately, and I hope that never happens to anybody, but if a woman ends up with a pregnancy that she doesn't want, guess what? There's a whole lot of niggas out here with baby mamas they don't want. They still got to pay the piper. And if they don't pay, they're going to jail.
Everybody can't be winners, baby. Everybody can't be winners, baby.
So guess what? Guess what we have to do, which motherfuckers don't want to do in the world no more.
What is that?
Figure it out. Figure it the fuck out.
Right, exactly.
But we shouldn't be sitting around as human beings legislating life. I mean, the hubris that we as human beings have the nerve.
Hey, angry man, it's crazy.
It's bugged out, bro. Like, I should be able to sit back and decide whether, and I don't care if you a baby or a fully grown person, I should not be able to sit back and sign a piece of paper that decides whether you live.
That's crazy.
Scary as fuck, man.
Now, I'm gonna have to look this up, but there is one particular religion for sure that supports the idea of having an abortion, provided that the fetus is not viable, or to their standards. I don't know what the viability standard is for them.
We don't live on the fringe. Yeah. So
no, what I'm asking is, and that particular religion is represented here in America. Okay. So let's ask the question. In an inclusive society that we apparently are supposed to be, and that's not me saying that in today's standards, that is Declaration of Independence standards. Okay. Do we, because of the majority's religious standards, because what you're saying is it sounds religious. I'm gonna infer that. If I'm incorrect, tell me. Okay. That is imposing a religious preference onto their religious preference. What say you about that?
Well, you're asking me if me saying that is messed up because someone has a religion that says that's allowed. That's what you're asking.
Correct. Well, I wouldn't say messed up. What I'm saying is that by
me practicing my religion, it's imposing rights of somebody else's religion.
Not the action of practicing it, but putting forth that practice by way of exercising it legislatively, which avoids somebody else's ability to fully practice out their religion. Isn't that antithetical?
So let's go ahead. So let's say, for argument's sake, that I have a political party and I'm in the position to legislate, and I have a religion like King Longshanks, who said that he was allowed, that any of the English were allowed to have sex with the Scottish men's wives on the night of conception, on the night of the wedding, before they had a chance to actually consummate their marriage. So when we're talking about religion, and we get into the weeds with that, right? My thing with religion is I cross-reference religions and I look to see what the predominant standards are. And when you cross-reference religions, there's certain things that always stick out. Life is always important in every religion. Always. The belief in a higher power is in every religion. The concept of not stealing from somebody, the concept of not deleting somebody, outside of you defending yourself. There's certain commonalities. There's commonalities, right? Yeah. So whenever somebody says something like, well, I got a religion that says that I can delete babies and shit, the first thing I think about is, oh, you one of them motherfuckers that follow a religion where somebody wanted to change the rules so they can do what they want to do. That's how I view that.
I'm going to interject and I'm going to let you finish. I'm sorry. I just looked it up. So Jehovah's Witnesses, historically Black Protestant churches, Mormons, evangelical Protestants, and some sects of Catholicism. That's what I can find out immediately. And I don't. Those are Jehovah's Witnesses. You can say aren't Christian, but they actually believe in Jesus. They just don't believe that he was the sacrificial lamb.
Jehovah's Witness also said that black people's black skin was a sign of them being cursed by Jehovah.
That's the Mormons as well. The Mormons,
Mormons too.
Cursed
specifically by Noah, actually.
When
it comes to the Mormons, it was they didn't go with the devil, so that all the devil's angels got cursed. A third of the angels got cursed to hell and cursed black skin. That's the Mormons.
But they also said Jesus drove a goddamn spaceship.
But the overall principle that I'm bringing up there. Yeah, but the overall principle I'm bringing up there is that is starkly for those who are, and I'll touch on this another time. But those who are staunchly
and just for the record, no Jehovah Witness has ever stayed in my house longer than 5 minutes.
Hey, I'll run them fuckers away. I can't wait for them fuckers to come to my house.
You don't want to hear the good news? You don't want to hear the good news? You know what they tell me? You know what they tell me after they in there about a good 5 minutes? They said, well, we got some other houses we need to go to. Oh, you leaving already?
Are you leaving already?
Yeah, so I don't
put some food in the oven, right?
It's really not about it's really not about religion. I'm gonna tell you why. It's about what label people can put on you so they can crucify you. That's exactly what it is. Because if they can label you, they can beat you. That's a scarecrow tactic, man. We call that a straw man tactic. You can put whatever label on me just so you can beat me. You know what I mean?
And let's my bad. Go ahead. I was gonna say we understand merciful things. If a woman, we now have the technology to look inside of a woman's womb and see that something's wrong with the baby's deformed and all of that. We understand merciful things where that their quality of life is going to be horrible.
Right.
Like we get that. You feel what I'm saying? The only reason I answered your question that way is because I wanted to answer it directly and not try to escape it. You feel what I'm saying? But we understand merciful things like that. The problem is you have too many people using the merciful side as the justification for the convenience of it. That's where the problem is. You feel what I'm saying? And so anytime you get into the debate about it, they want to bring up the merciful side of it to justify them really doing it out of convenience.
Right.
You feel me?
Right. And
if y'all check IG, I'm sorry, baby. If y'all check IG, they got something new about it right now, that a woman have lost her life because of procedure. I think they said, I think it's Atlanta or North Carolina, that she lost her life because something with deletion was not done properly or something like that. And so she went on to glory. Now I'm gonna share something with you. They said it's because the doctor did not want to perform these certain type of procedures. And this is the thing that irks my nerve a lot, because I'm in healthcare and it hurts me a lot when they lie like this, because a doctor is not going to jeopardize the mother's life. If there's something wrong, the doctor will do everything he or she needs to do to save the mother. I'm just putting that out there because they're scaring everybody. Oh, because of this, and they don't have Roe and all this, women are dying. This is not true. It's not true, but they're scaring people to make you believe that, oh, because we don't have Roe, women are dying. No. The truth be told, women die when they having deletions. Some die when they having deletions. Some die when they giving birth as well, especially on our side. We take the chance of doing all this and be knocking on heaven's door quicker than any other culture. That's why deletions, and then I know people gonna get offended when I say this, but there should be something, that a regulation, regardless of what, because we're using this tool that was given by Margaret. Okay, Margaret gave it to us. We're using this evil tool to tear up the bloodline. We have already teared it up anyway because we have 41 million. But the thing is that we use this, and we're supposed to use either you clink, okay, or either you get on some type of birth control. We're using deletions as a form of birth control. So this is why our culture have 23 million deletions and counting. You have girls that will get up here and they will be laughing, talking about, I'm going to the chop shop because this ninja cheated on me. So it doesn't make sense. So do I agree with the government stepping in and saying something? I do. I agree with that. I understand my body, my choice, but we're not handling my body, my choice correctly. We not.
I don't think that is a great phrase to even use, because like I asked, at what age are you when you have my body, my choice? When you don't want somebody to kill you.
Let me explain something.
It should be automatic, shouldn't it?
It's not about,
it's still murder.
Let me explain something. Let's explain something to y'all. It's not about my body, my choice. I'm gonna tell you what it's all about. It's about you wanting to get out of life without struggle. Let me explain something to y'all. Nobody gets out of life alive. You can get in your car and die today. You see what I'm saying? And the problem is people think that they're supposed to live their life on easy mode. And they're supposed to live their life without struggle, without any type of consequences. That's what we're really talking about. They're using the phrase, my body, my choice, as a shield for them to do the dirty work that they want to do. That's exactly
that's fact.
Right now.
Correct phrase is what it should be. It should say, my body, my responsibility.
That's true.
Yeah,
That's
but
what it should be.
I'm gonna
Go
tell
ahead,
you right now, the term "my body, my choice." I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that the devil whispered that in somebody's ear, and that's where it came from. I don't care what nobody say. And here's the thing: what you said, take heed. You said when these women are going to Planned Parenthood, they knocking on death's door. What women got to understand is you're knocking on death's door anyway when you go into labor.
Of course. Yeah.
You feel me?
35%.
Like it's some people believe in Adam and Eve, some people don't. The concept of a woman having to go through the pain of death in order to give life, right? So it's already right there. That's the reason why I said, like, when women go to these places doing this, like, you getting ready to do a procedure, you already got the Grim Reaper sitting over top of the head and you playing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and then on top of that, like, here's the other thing nobody talks about. Is as advanced as our technology is, do y'all realize that most of science, well, all of science, they still don't fully understand the female womb? They don't even fully understand it, which is why when there's certain problems, the first thing they want to do is give you a hysterectomy because they don't understand it. So going in and doing these things, you got to wonder if you're causing problems. You feel me? Physically, we know you're causing problems psychologically. Because if you think for 1 second, if a woman is out here and she has, let's say she has 5 of them, she does 5 of those procedures over a 10, 15-year period. If you think for 1 second that has not affected you psychologically, because this is something, this is a life that is inside of you where it's feeling your feelings. You think you're not feeling nothing from it.
Right. And then it's gone.
And then all of a sudden it's
fucking mind up.
See, this is the craziest thing. The craziest thing about it is they want you nowadays, because it's the me complex. They want you to be extra sympathetic about postpartum, right? Don't you find it interesting that you got a bunch of women that'll have a child, they'll bring the child to term, and they're talking about postpartum, but for some odd reason, the ones that get the deletion are just fine.
Don't get it. Yep.
They just fine.
They don't get postpartum.
They just fine.
Please. So then you
don't y'all find that weird?
Listen, right, it is weird because then you times that by 10 because they got postpartum and they have no baby there.
But it's even worse though. It's even worse because you got to ask yourself this question: the woman that had 10 of those, but she did have 3 children, what gave you the authority
to say who
to decide which one get to live and which one don't? I'm telling you right now, it's a whole lot of people that better pray that there ain't a hell. I'm telling you right now, bro.
Here's my thing, man. It's a psychological operation. I'm explaining to you what it is. In our community, having a baby is oftentimes looked at as a burden. It really is. Through the man's eyes, oh man, I gotta pay. Through the woman's eyes, I gotta take care of this baby. My career on hold. You know what I'm saying? When back in the day, when you had a child, it was a celebration. You got an opportunity to extend your family's bloodline. You know what I mean? You had all type of big celebrations as well, but now it seems as if it's a burden. And I think if it's looked at that way, then I think that's probably the reason why we have the attitude that we have now about our children. We get mad. We have to take them to soccer practice or piano practice. We get mad if they want to eat. You know what I'm saying? We get mad because we have to tell them they have to take a bath when they don't feel like it. When they get an F on the report card, we're looking at them like, aren't you smart enough? You know what I'm saying? We act like kids are convenient, but the sad part about it is we forget that we used to be kids too.
I think that only exists in our culture.
Yeah.
I really do. No other
You
culture
think you
does
saying
that
the black
because-
culture or you saying the American culture?
No. I'm saying black. I'm saying us.
Because we've been
I'm
programmed.
gonna share with you why I say this. When my first child that I had, right, when I remember going to tell his father that I was pregnant with his baby, he told me, "Get the fuck out my face. I'm gonna drop kick you in your stomach." And I was with him for 2 years, mind you. I'm gonna drop kick you in your stomach so you could lose the baby.
Jesus.
Now, when I got married to my husband, right, when my husband married me, thank God, I was so terrified on the way driving home that I had to tell this man that I was pregnant. Because what happened flashed in my mind. Okay. And I was terrified. And I was like, we just got together. What is going to happen? This and that. I'm just thinking in my mind, driving home, scared as shit. So I pull into my parking spot. Okay. Lived in a townhouse in Elizabeth. I pull into my parking spot. Okay. Get out the car. What are you going to tell us, man? What are you going to tell us, man? That's what I'm thinking in my mind. So I get in the house. I got a little attitude or whatever. And he says to me, "What's wrong with you? What happened at the doctor's office? This and that." So now I sit down at the table and I get nasty with my husband. And I said to him, "You know what? I don't even care. I could do this by myself. I have raised the child alone. I don't need nobody, this and that." Right? That's what I said. This is what I said. So my husband told me, sit down. What happened? So I said to him, "I'm just going to tell you I'm pregnant," right? Just like that, right? Like nasty, like I'm pregnant, like that. So he looked at me and I thought he was going to hit me. So I had my hands under the table and I was like, I'm going to flip this kitchen table over if this man hit me. That's what I had in my mind, okay? Because from the stigma and all the foolery I went through in my past, this man leaned into me, kissed me on my forehead, and told me thank you. I immediately started crying. He said, "Why are you crying?" I said, "I never had a man tell me thank you for bringing him a child." See, in our culture, we don't celebrate bringing babies forth. Only our great grandmothers and grandfathers celebrated bringing children forth. We do not celebrate it. Now, immediately when you tell a man, some men, they like, "Wow, damn, what happened?" You know what I'm saying? And then
Congratulations.
She get mad and she like, "Oh, this so-and-so and this and that. Why I gotta have a baby?" That's what it is. But me experiencing with my king, that first pregnancy, that broke me. Every block I had against my husband, every stone wall I had just came crashing down. And this is why when I talk about my king and people who don't even know me, you can feel it. You can feel it when I talk about my husband. Y'all don't know me from Adam. You just see me on screen. But when I talk about my king, you like, damn, I feel like I know him. You know what I'm saying? Because the way I speak about him. And our culture, we don't celebrate our children. This is why a lot of women think in their mind that this shit makes sense. It doesn't. And I'll share something with you. I have blood on my hands. I always tell everybody, even on my channel. I tell people I have blood on my hands. This situation we talking about now about deletions, this is hitting me. I always say that when I come to Black Man Unfiltered channel, that I get that two-edged sword that I deliver every morning to my followers. And that's why I come. Because I need that reality check at times. So that's why you see me sitting here just listening and then I'm saying something, because I know what it is to have a deletion. Nobody on this panel knows what it feels like. There's only 2 women here, only me. So what y'all talking about is hitting home, but I'm being the big girl that my husband trained me to be and sit here and listen. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that it doesn't hurt. It hurts because it makes me remember my past and the foolish decision that I had made. But I'm letting you know we don't celebrate our offspring. This is why a lot of women are scared to say something. And it's not just the men that make them scared. Remember, these men were raised by either their mama, their grandmother. They were raised by a king. Because if they were raised by a king, he would have told them, no, you got to wear that one, player. You done mess with her without anything. You got to wear that one. And that's what our great-great-grandfathers was about. No, you got to wear that one. So this is why you have a lot of women who believe in deletions or just believe in mistreating these children because the child is not celebrated. A lot of our children go through so much because they're not celebrated. I love when my king, and I'm going to land it here. I love when my king tells the story of when I told him how I got pregnant with all his children. And they always laugh. They be like, Dad, Mommy, Daddy did that. I'm like, yes, he bought up Toys R Us. You know what I'm saying? He bought up Toys R Us. And I'm walking behind him like a penguin trying to pick out stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to put that out there. The African culture, because my husband is Nigerian, they celebrate their offspring and they also treat the mother like she's an egg. Like when I was pregnant with these kids, I used to get away with murder. If I didn't want to do something, he'd be like, just sit down, relax. Just lift your legs up, just sit down and relax. I would get away with murder only time. And I landed it.
But guess what?
Hold on a second, AM. Takey, thank you for sharing that story. Because I want you to make sure that you keep telling that story because it's going to help somebody. Okay, go ahead, AM.
Here's the thing about that, right? And this is what people don't think about a lot. Now, if you see a family, if you see a couple that were trying to have a baby and the woman gets pregnant and they're happy and they're celebrating it, you'll hear the woman talk about how she's craving certain food. It's because of the baby, right? She feels what the baby feels. The baby feel what she feel, right? You also hear people talking about, oh, you should talk to your baby while they're in the womb because they can hear you. You should play music for it or whatever. So knowing all of that, when you look at Black culture and you look at how these children in certain situations are unwanted children, do we think that those children as babies don't know that they're unwanted? They know they're unwanted. That's part of the reason why you got so many hellions, as my grandmother would say, out here raising hell right now. Because they were born unwanted children. And even though they may not know that consciously, psychologically in the back of their mind, they know it.
I agree with
So they have to exert the pain they're feeling on the rest of the damn world.
Yeah. Especially if they look like the father of that the woman hates. That's even worse. A boy, forget it.
So we would pretty much think that, you know, if we actually had honed down on that whole aspect of it, that we would at least, we might not put a dent in it right now, man, because there's been a lot of shit that has been done to us psychologically. But we got to start back to that point, because what you just said, take heed. Now look at the man's aspect of it. Any man that's been with his woman and she had that baby, he's not carrying that baby. So I understand why your husband would say thank you, right? So we have to look at it from an external point. I remember when my oldest child, right, which by the way has a kid now. That shit is just, that's a mind fuck right
Grandpa.
there. That's a whole mind fuck right now. But I remember when she was in her mom's stomach, and I used to see her knees, right? Because the way she used to lay. And I used to see her knees, and she used to kick. She used to kick me. I mean, you can do all kind of stuff, play with her and all those things. All the way until when she came out. Same thing. Because we still, some of us still lay in the fetal position when we sleep on our side, we curl up. We just never got out of it. Some of us anyway. But what I see is that it takes man and woman. When we do it on the opposite side of what we were meant to do, we see what the end results is, right? We see that they have shit in Psalm now, songs, Henny and a Plan B, and the shit is making money, and millions of people have heard it, and they're laughing at it. Guess what it does? It feeds our soul. If we think shit like that is cute, and we don't say anything about it, like we should be ostracizing shit. See how these motherfuckers going out here trying to get Trump? It wouldn't take that much effort for us to dead a lot of this bullshit that we see that's hurting our people. I just don't think that we even have it. I think we just got a bunch of lazy motherfuckers. This is why I'm not really big on people smoking weed, right? Because they're not equipped to even smoke weed. These motherfuckers already have a lazy brain, right? I used to tell women when I used to talk before I did this platform shit here. We used to be in cigar bars and shit like that, having these same conversations. And I used to hear these women saying that they need a man to stimulate their mind, right? And I used to be like, what, you want a nigga to pimp you? Think about it. Because they're so conditioned for hearing shit that make them feel good. Instead, now what you're starting to see, more men that's challenging the mind. And what are they doing? Rejected it. You a fuck nigga, you gay,
but
you don't like women. See, because what we're doing is challenging. But that man that sit back and tell you, go queen, yeah, you doing well. That nigga is the one that's gonna pimp your ass.
But see, we don't see. Here's what the problem is, right? And when you listen to Take Heed tell her story, the reason why she reacted that way is because she was traumatized from that past experience.
Absolutely.
Right. So the problem is, as Black people, we don't know how to treat each other.
Yeah.
We've never understood how to treat each other. Like, I have a similar story. It's not about pregnancy, but it's about trauma. When I first met my wife that I'm with now, and we were just dating, we had this huge argument, right? Partially because of my trust issues, because of the horrible relationship I was in before that, right? So we had this huge argument, right? And so I left her place or whatever, and wasn't expecting to hear nothing from her because of the argument, right? Because that's what I'm used to, right? So she calls me and tells me to meet her at this address or whatever, right? So I'm like, okay. So I go to the address. Keep in mind, I went there 30 minutes ahead of when I was supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there looking around. It's a movie theater, right? It was around the time that movie Max Payne came out with Mark Wahlberg, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in the parking lot. I'm looking around, scoping the whole scene or whatever. She pulls up and she's happy to see me. And she's like, yeah, I wanted to go see this movie with you or whatever. I'm like, okay. So I go into the movie theater and I was like, yo, let me go use the bathroom real quick. So I go to the bathroom and I call up one of my homeboys and I'm like, yo, I'm at the movie theater, about to go in the movies and this, that, and the third and blah, blah, blah. I'm just letting somebody else know where I'm at and shit because I'm so traumatized that I didn't realize, because after I had a conversation with her about it, she said she felt bad about the argument and the way the shit went down, and she wanted to make it up to me because she heard me say I wanted to see that movie. But the problem was I wasn't used to that. You feel what I'm saying? I'm used to the drama. Like if I told y'all some stories, it'll probably make y'all women cry. Like I'm used to the drama. Like I'm used to, oh, we just had an argument. You're gonna try to trick me to come here so we because you got your brothers or whoever
be in the movie theater, man.
Yeah, so I'm like on edge, you feel me? And I'm not even gonna front. I guarantee you take heed, even though he said that to you, he said thank you or whatever. I bet you in the back of your mind, you still, to a degree, was doubting it a little bit. You still was like, is this real? For real? For real? For real? Because like for me, it kept going like that. And like, you know, even to this day, me and her, we don't argue. We might have a small little disagreement or whatever, but ain't no huge argument, ain't no blowout argument, you know, all of that stuff. And to this day, I'm still shocked at my home life.
Yeah.
Because I'm of the experience where I wake up in the morning and I'm looking around hoping and praying that this chick ain't gonna start an argument with me. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all fellas know how it is when you in that toxic relationship and you wake up and you hoping it's gonna be a good day. You feel what I'm saying?
Who the hell did I wake up with?
You hope
I had a dream. I had a dream that you did something. I'm mad.
Today? Is she gonna blow today?
Yeah, I'm talking about the I had a dream you cheated on me.
Yep. Now who is the bitch?
I just said it.
Yeah. I had a dream.
Well, I did.
Where was you last Friday? You know what I'm
Sleep. Where you thought I was at? I was laying next to you, remember? Look,
Now, who is the bitch?
But yeah,
before y'all go, I'm gonna change gears with y'all just a little bit because we're talking politics, and I don't think we're gonna get into this a little bit deep, but I want to save this for the next show. But I'm gonna give you a little bit of taste when we talking politics. And one of the things we talked about is relationships. The other end is the money. And the money is real important because the economy is one of those things that everybody can relate to. And AM talked about that earlier today about the doggone money and how most black people did better under Trump. Here's the what I like to do. I like to share somebody else's story before we get there, because there's always a cautionary tale on what's going on. When I talk about inflation and hyperinflation, I want you to see what it looks like, because 9 times out of 10, most people don't know what that looks like until it's too late and you cannot get out of it. So this is the main reason why I want to share this now, so you guys can fully grasp what you're looking at before you go into that booth. And I'm going to share this with y'all right now so you'll understand what I'm talking about.
A piece of chicken costs in Venezuela. Hyperinflation in Venezuela has been insane. There's been a 56 million% inflation rate since 2015, and what I'm about to show you might blow your mind. Stick until the end because I'm going to show you how crazy this gets, and then I'm going to tell you why this happens and how you can prevent this. This right here is how much one roll of toilet paper costs. Keep in mind the exchange rate for Venezuela was 1 to 4, meaning that for every dollar, you could have gotten 4 bolivares. Now these carrots cost 3 million bolivares. This kilogram of cheese now costs 7.5 million bolivares. It's insane. Then this kilogram of steak costs 9.5 million bolivares. It literally looks like they're playing Jenga. And last but not least, this piece of chicken costs 14 to 15 million bolivares. And what's crazy is the numbers that I just gave you are actually outdated, and they're from 2018, meaning that this should be 4 to 5 times bigger than what it seems. So this happens because of 2 reasons. One, the way our currency works is that governments can just print however much of it they want, and they don't really back it by anything like gold or silver or any other asset. So the day that the market or anybody loses trust in that government or in that country's economy, then the currency starts losing value, and as that gets worse, it becomes a death spiral, and there you have hyperinflation. So now the people are at the mercy of that government that they might have or might not have elected. In my opinion, a solution to that is something called Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is a digital currency, much like, let's say, digital gold, and no matter what happens in one country or in another.
Yeah. It's not advertised for Bitcoin, but I wanted y'all to see exactly what hyperinflation looks like. You see what I'm saying? Y'all mad y'all eggs cost $6 one week and 12 the next. Could you imagine having to pay 8 and 9 million US dollars for your breakfast every single day?
And that was Venezuela, right, LIT?
I wanted him to do the exchange rate to say how much all of that was in dollars.
Yeah. But in addition to that, I mean, they also had socialistic policies that led to that, you know, and what Kamala's talking about is price controls. And so the price controls she's talking about when it comes to rent, housing, Medicare, and housing, Medicare, I forgot the other price control. But when you talk about price gouging, when you have those type of controls on products, not only do you raise the products, and I think Nixon did it back in 1971, where he put price controls, and what ended up happening was ranchers stopped shipping cattle, farmers drowned their chickens, and consumers had empty shelves. And what happens is a lot of rich folk will buy a lot of the goods and services, and you create a black market. So now those goods and services cost a lot more. If you ever seen the movie Demolition Man, they were fighting. Everyone went to Taco Bell. They were fighting those people underneath who didn't live into what they were talking about. But Venezuela is definitely suffering from hyperinflation, but they're also suffering from the price controls that were put in place for socialism. And you know, her dad's a Marxist. She's a Marxist. Makes sense.
Absolutely. Our pain. You're on mute, Arpain.
Yeah, I think we said a lot of good things tonight. I mean, what else is there to add? You know, Kamala Harris is not going to be good from the ideological standpoint for the country, and you got to get past the so-called character flaws of Trump, because when it comes to running the presidency, he's already got a track record. You know, everybody I know did better when he was president, right? And the one thing you can't say about him, or you can say about him, he actually believes in America first. He actually believes that, you know, especially when he deals with other countries, you know. So I'm just saying, you know. So I don't know what more we got to say.
Hey, Arpain, I always wanted to ask you, what was it like to buy a brand new car for $5,000?
It was great.
Here we go.
All right. All right.
Am I lying?
No, my first new car, I had like used ones, but my first new car was a little bit more expensive than that. But I put 305,000 miles on that son of a gun.
Hey, house was 20,000, college 5,000, school was 3,000. He was
let me tell you this: my college tuition was $1,000 a semester.
That's
right.
Damn.
Yep. And the crazy thing about it is I was looking at there was this documentary on Netflix with this guy that I forget his name, but he was like this guy that was really successful in the stock market. I can't remember his name, but he went to Harvard back in the 50s. And his tuition, his tuition was his tuition to Harvard was like $450 a semester.
Mm-hmm.
Well, as long as the government's going to foot the bill for college students to go to school, colleges are going to continue to raise the price on what school costs. So
Right.
Until government stops that, they're going to keep charging whatever they can charge to get their money.
Right.
Why can't they regulate that and get out of business? You know, regulate what's going to be productive for the community and the society.
You know what you should do? Loans should be predicated on what you're going to study. If you're gonna go for underwater basket weaving, you ain't getting more than 5 to 10 grand. You want to be a doctor? Well, we can raise that. If you're gonna have something that will give you a return on investment, listen. They put regulations on all kinds of loans. You can't just go in and ask for $100,000. You gotta meet some criteria. So for a student loan, there should be some criteria, not just let me give you $100,000 and you spend 4 years bullshitting, having sex parties and stuff like that. And then the government, then we pay forgive your loans, taxpayers forgive your loans. Bullshit. They should fix the whole program. And the interest rate shouldn't be more than 1 or 2%.
I'm gonna give y'all the Cliff Notes version on how to fix this. First of all, we need to have more people because more people creates more services and goods and demands. So it's simple supply and demand. If you have more people in the world, you'll have more people who need jobs, and those people need services that need to be provided for those jobs. Now, at the same time, you can't tax them to death because that's not how that works. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, if you got enough people creating demand, then it creates a doggone a competition. So the free market handles itself. But the minute the government starts putting their hands in everybody's pockets and moving money around, that's when we start having issues. So my thing is this: when you go into the booth, you got to ask yourself, is the person I'm going in this booth to vote for, are they planning on moving the money around, or are they going to let me do what I have to do? And that's a question between you and yourself.
That's what I've been waiting on, because we're not the same country we used to be. And the reason why I say that is because not one person has stood up at a Kamala rally and said, "Get your hand out of my pocket." Like, we used to go off. Like, now we just be accepting everything, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Right.
But what you're saying, LIT, is correct. We have, so when JFK got in office, taxes were at 90% for the rich. He cut them to 71%. And because he cut them at 71%, they had an economic boom. So when you actually lower taxes, the economy does better, because Kamala's talking about bringing them up to 28%. It's gonna make us no longer competitive. It's gonna have those jobs get shipped overseas. That means we're not making any money. And when inflation happens, is the only way to break inflation is to bring down energy prices and stop printing money. We're gonna end up printing money. But Milton Friedman, a renowned economist, he basically said inflation occurs when the increase of money supply outpaces economic growth. So you have to make sure that there's economic growth, and you can't keep printing money. So the more we print money, the more we raise taxes, the worse the economy is going to get.
Appreciate it. Y'all, I have enjoyed myself tonight. Thank you guys for coming out. AM, thank you for showing up. Take Heat, thank you. Grace, thank you. Boss Man, JT, R. Payne, and Professor, and Rick, I know you probably watching from the clouds, and Anissa too. I want to thank you for coming out.
Y'all chased Anissa out of here.
Yeah.
Y'all wrong for that.
Anissa is a trooper.
Hey,
She all right.
You know what? She did what she was supposed to do.
In other words, for the smoke.
We love you, baby.
Right, she had that wine. You were blowing her little buzz, man, with that wine, man. Shit, I got to get out of here.
So remember, when y'all want to help the economy, just remember you got to do this here.
Oh, you got to give him that huck too and spit on that thing.
It's going down like a rodeo. It's going down like I told you so. It's going down like a rodeo. It's going down like I told you so. I hope you all here for the ride. Come inside, cause it's going down tonight. Only here for one night, no lies. Come and saddle up a ride. Need a yeehaw, you know how here for one night and we just wanna party. In a fast car, a Ferrari. It's a push start, I don't need a car key. Slide on Broadway, and it's gnarly. On a late night, but I'm not tardy. Right on time for the parties and Barbies. Strolling with a chunk of green like a golf swing. Hey, 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 hey. Bottles on ice, mess around these skates. Hey, hey, hey. If I gotta say it twice, then I got nothing to say. It's going down like a rodeo. It's going down like I told you so. It's going down like a rodeo. It's going down like I told you so. I hope you all here for the ride. Come inside, cause it's going down tonight. Only here for one night, no lies. Come and saddle up a ride. kiss me up, it's going down. Like a train with no brakes, I'm not slowing down. See it showing up, we're showing out. But I pack it